Jessica, look, I just want to let you know, hey, you know, I like you or whatever. But he was like, I got a girlfriend. And he was like, if you don't want to deal with me or whatever, then that's cool. If you do, I'm just letting you know, like, this is what it is right now.
What you think,
You was
Jessica?
like,
Okay.
I still want that.
What Jessica did.
I talked to that nigga for 4 years.
Come on in this house.
Welcome back to the Native Black Podcast. This is Big Boy the Boss, aka the money quarterback, making plays with the money. What up, Bit?
What it do, everyone? When you mention 08, you better mention great. What's up, Jerm?
What up, you guys?
He not a part of that, but what up, man? We got two special guests in the building. Y'all introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
I'm the original Jess with the mess. How y'all doing today?
Nah, for
Messy.
real. I was called her that a long time ago. Ain't no introduction needed. Y'all know who the fuck I am and what the fuck going on.
They call him Bussy Jr.
Bring value, man.
Well, it's so nice to be in the building, know with y'all, you know, great 08 and stuff. But let's start out with Jess, because we talked to Swagg.
Yeah,
Not
that's
a
what I
lot,
said.
but
Yeah, y'all
talk.
know me. I'm a host, man.
But Jess, tell us what you up to, what you been doing.
Well, right now, I live right outside of Charlotte in Cornelius.
Yeah.
Corny.
The rich people neighborhood, you know.
Oh, you trying to say something?
I'm with the high dollar folks now. So I'm going into my 9th year in property management.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, but I had been working at my property on St. Andrews Road. I had been there for 5 years.
St. Andrew.
Yes, we in the middle.
I had been there for 5 years.
It's a long time.
And they told us, like at the end of 2020, they was like, yeah, we're going to sell the property. Because after COVID, it was like, you know, we ain't really making no money. We can't afford to keep the property. So they was like, yeah, you know, we're going to sell the property and, you know, y'all going to interview for the new company and, you know, y'all going to be good. So they had the interviews for the company and she was like, yeah, the new people was just like, yeah, Jessica, we love you. You know, we love you so much, but we don't have a position for you.
We don't want your black ass.
We don't have a
much do you
position
really
for you. And she's like, yeah, you know,
So what,
you know,
go ahead.
you know, it was like, you know, we coming in, but, you know, we got a manager that's been floating and she really needed a position, so we gonna put her here. And I'm like, well, what about me? And they was like, well, you know, you can go step down to like a floating leasing person and you can make $15 an hour. And I said, hell no.
No.
So basically, like a few weeks after that, I lost my job. So I lost my job and like I ain't have a job for like 2 weeks. And then I took this property over, like a real bad property. I took it over, and I was making a good amount of money. I was making $60K, and I was like, nah, it's, you know, it's something up. It's something up with this or whatever. Got there, man. First damn week, we was on the news. We was on the news. They weren't paying the trash bill, so they had to call the news. They ain't paid the trash bill. So they hadn't called the news because they was talking about like rats and stuff, you know, like rodents and stuff like around the trash can.
Okay.
Had to get up out of there. That's one of the only jobs that I just done up and quick. So
How long were you there?
Like 2 months.
2 months. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the company that I work for now, I worked for this company when I first got in property management. And I reached out to my old regional and I was like, hey, you know, do y'all have any positions? And she's like, yeah, but you got to come to Charlotte. And she's like, you know, not even really Charlotte. You got to come to Cornelius. And she's like, I don't have a management position. Would you be willing to step down? And I was like, yeah, you know, I'll step down. Because I've never been an assistant manager. Never. Like, I went from the lowest to the highest.
Oh, so you got to run shit.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, you know. So I decided to step down. And it's really been an experience. Like, at first, I was driving back and forth. And I was like, nah, you know, I'm probably just going to go ahead and make that move or whatever. So I made the move.
Like I say, you were driving back and forth from Charlotte to Columbia every day.
Yeah, every day.
Hour 15, hour and 30?
No, it was more. It was more like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Like 2 hours. Yeah. With traffic and stuff, yeah, it was more like 2 hours. So I was leaving in the morning.
You had no time to yourself.
I was leaving in the morning at like 6:30. You know, when I got off at 6, I ain't get home sometimes until like 8:30.
You gotta do the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, so I was doing it every day, and then I just decided, you know, I just took I took an apartment on the property, and I just moved onto the property, and brought Cash with me. I let him start school up there. He had a all right first year, but it was kind of rocky. It's kind of rocky with Cash, and he just couldn't get used to being away from my family or whatever. So when the school year ended, summer came, I let him go to my mama's, and he just ended up staying.
Yeah, he said, I like being with
that's
grandma.
why, you know, I know y'all be wondering like, damn, she don't never have her kid. He with my mama, so
That's what he wanted. That's what makes him happy is to be there.
Yeah, and I will, like, I can admit, like, you know, at first, you know, I kind of felt bad because, you know, as of right now, I don't have custody of my child. Like, I had to sign over, like, the rights to my child. So my parents are considered his legal guardians now.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, I feel some type of way, I felt some type of way.
So you had to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. To get him in school, I had to write a letter telling them that my parents were going to be his legal guardians, and I had to have it notarized and everything to get him in school.
That's crazy.
Yep. So
I mean, if it's the best for the whole situation, then why not right now? Because, like, think about it, he might want to come back with his mama in a couple of years.
And like, nobody has ever made me feel any type of way about it. You know, everybody, you know, fully supportive and everything. But one thing I can say is you gotta have that support. You gotta have that support.
Oh yeah.
You have kids, you have got to have that support.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I'm just happy to have it. I'm happy to
my
have
mama be support. She got my daughter right now.
it. Yeah, I'm just
Shout out to her
happy.
mama.
I'm just happy to have it. And honestly, I really do feel like my mama and my daddy, like, they needed him too. Our whole family dynamic has changed because of Cash.
Mm-hmm.
The things we do, the things we talk about, everything is just different now, and it's because of my child. I feel like Cash gave my parents a reason to, I don't want to say live, but they gave them
More
a
life
reason
inside
to
them.
want to like
Wake up every day.
let me get out and get out and try to do stuff. Let me get out and really try to take care of myself. Like my mama, you know, after I had Cash, she lost over 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy lost 50 pounds. Like they have
He
so
brought more
much
energy
more.
to them.
They have so much more life now. Like you look at pictures from them 10 years ago and they look younger now.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do feel like it's because of Cash.
Yeah.
And Cash loves them so much. Like it's nothing. Like my mama called me the other day and said that she fell. Like she said she had got like a cramp in her leg and she fell. And then she called me and she was telling me she was in so much pain. And she called me to tell me that Cash was so scared, and he ran in there and he said, "Didi, I don't want to live without you." Like he just, he loved them. He loved them, and I'm just happy that he have grandparents, because we had that. We grew up with grandparents that, you know, we had those type of relationships.
Yeah, we were around all the time.
Yeah, so I feel bad when, you know, people don't have that. And it's sad.
But it's like that's why I say I was gonna piggyback, but you know I was gonna let her finish. But because it ain't, like I said, it ain't about me. But me and her talked about that because we was just together not too long ago, and I don't have my mother or whatever. So that's how my son would be with my mama. But now he like that with my sister, you know. And so now it's like so dope because we went down for my mama's birthday just to see my sister. Because you know, like as a man, they you know they consider me like the patriarch of the family because I'm like one of the oldest men or whatever, you know. Yeah, so it's like I know that as a man and as a family, it's a village. Like what Jessica was talking about, it's a village that you gotta that require, right? That so it's like I know as the patriarch that a woman, you gotta take care of the woman so the woman can take care of the man. So I know my sister need me, and then like the town, like with Cash, we took juice, and so whenever my sister get off from work, I'm like, he looking out the window, he see her, he run outside, and he just full speed, you know, and she just melt like that type of love. I know, like this is the type of stuff that's needed, you know.
Exactly.
But it's the best thing in the world, though, you know.
For real, like I said,
and that's why I feel. That's why I feel so good to be here with all of us, you know.
Exactly.
Because like we was talking about Jessica, but I was like, damn, how we get her damn mama having custody? I just want to know how the hell you doing. But but it feels so great to be around y'all and to be able to tell Drew that last night. It's like I live in Georgia. She live in North Carolina, Charleston, and like we be so spread out. Yeah. It feel good to be around motherfuckers who love you or who care that you love. Right.
You can give them information that you know they can regurgitate. And they care about the information you giving, just not listen ready to move.
Right. Even if the motherfucker ain't talking, I just like being around. Because I couldn't talk to Sam that was down there, or or Chantal, or I couldn't talk to you.
Yep.
Like any other time it'd be us three sitting right beside each other.
Right. Well, we just talked to Star like we just knew her the best.
Exactly.
Right?
They ain't even go, and she ain't graduated with us.
I was talking about the birthdays or whatever, and I was talking to Patrice about this, and I was telling her, like, I know everybody's birthday down this whole line because I mean we heard it on the announcements every year.
Yeah. And we've been around each other while that person been celebrating it too, though. You see it posting because they like family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Oh, it really is like family, though. I guess every class would feel that way, though. But like, we don't actually like get together like we used to. But I got like old videos when we came to my house that time with like so many of us were there.
On the other side,
we was on the grill and stuff like that. You feel me? I was like, that was super dope. But like,
everybody, I feel like for like a couple years, like everybody looked at our class at the class that they wanted to be.
Yeah, because we hold it like that though. But some family shit.
The Black Beatles challenge. No, you remember that?
Every class would feel that.
Come on now,
so
y'all. When we did that mannequin challenge, y'all was
y'all like family.
You said who?
Name your whole class just like family. And what y'all doing as a family?
To my little circle of my class?
Exactly. Our shit big. It's the whole class.
I mean, my shit big. But it might not be as big as y'all. But
nice try, Jimmy.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
It's probably more so like that because it's all one color, too.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, true.
You feel me? It's more of a mixture
true.
with
the whites.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I know we started out talking about me, but I really try to surround myself with love.
Yep.
You know, especially like my friends. Like everybody know, like my friends are so important to me, so important to me. So that's how I kind of branched off into the
now that should be like family. Yeah, you got to be around love.
Yeah.
So how Charlotte living is like, you know?
So I really spent the first year that I was there, I didn't really go out much because I had cash. So I didn't really go out much. I didn't really know what was what, and I live 20 minutes outside of Charlotte, so you know I don't know what's going on down there, whatever. But my birthday last year I didn't have cash, and I didn't have cash, and I knew she was actually Star's friend, so I met her through Star. And then I knew she lived there. Then she reached out and she said, "Oh, you know, now that you up here, we should hang out." And I was like, oh, "Okay, you know." So me and her went out that first time, and then I feel like since then we have been inseparable. Like, so since then we hang out like all summer long. We went out almost every single night. Every single night.
And our old tender age.
This summer we went out almost every single night.
Hot girl summer for Jess.
You hot girl summer.
You talking about some tender age, man. We young still. What you talking about?
No, this summer we went out almost every single night, and I'm talking drinking. I'm talking about turning up, and I get home 4:00 in the morning, turn right around and get back to work. Excuse me, good morning.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes,
you got to work.
It's so much to do. It's so much to do, and it's so different. Like the whole environment is different, and I always felt like Columbia was such a box for me. Yeah. Like I always felt like I was bigger than Columbia.
You need something
so
different.
Like,
you feel like Charlotte is more your speed.
Yeah. So you got out there, and like I said, it's just so much to do. It's always so many people around. I done been out to a basketball game twice. Yeah. I mean, you know, we was in the air, but you know, I was there. I can say I was there, but.
What number that is?
I can still say I was there, but anyway, they throw the t-shirts up there high. You know they shoot the t-shirts up there high.
You got a shirt?
Yeah, but just saying that I was close to getting one. But it's a lot to do, a lot of different places to eat, variety. It's just love. Like we'll be out somewhere and people just stop you like, "Hey, you know, let me buy you a drink."
So the dating scene good.
Like, nah, the dating scene ain't good.
How do you find people to date in a new city? Like, how do you meet people?
Dating apps.
Oh, dating apps.
Dating apps and really just putting yourself out there.
I'd be so scared. I'd be so scared of a dating app, me personally.
The dating apps ain't scary though once you get on it.
Yeah, I guess.
You been on that?
I'm talking about scared.
I've been on dating app before.
I guess I'm taking like the perspective of a woman though. Like, cause you don't know who you gonna meet.
You don't know who
Yeah.
That's
You gotta
what I
have
mean by
like
scary,
different
right?
numbers though. You gotta have like a Google number. You gotta
So
vet
you
people.
on there?
Yeah, I'm on there.
Okay.
I don't be on that no more. But I was on there. You feel me? I shut my profiles down. I got them turned off.
Oh, you in a relationship?
No, I just don't. Like, it ain't really. It ain't nothing there that you would like actually like want to build with really.
Right.
Maybe you would find somebody.
Yeah,
like,
and that's true.
smash.
Yeah, it's true.
It's hard because you want to know people's background and stuff. You know?
Oh yeah,
But
now
ain't
if
that
you
kind of
want,
like condescending or contradictory? Like,
What?
cause like I feel like you and her are people that you want to build with, but y'all was on there.
that's true. But then once you get on there and you looking for a certain something, then they don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have
You know
it.
what
And
I'm
then
saying?
you just
It
realize
just-
like it's better to
like
find
you
people
said.
in person
And
and in real
but
life.
who knows though? Somebody might feel like that about us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might feel like we.
Or the
Living a
people.
fake
Yeah,
life.
we the ones that they don't want.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
I'm surprised if you don't want me, but it might be somebody out there like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to some penis,
It ain't hard for women.
no. When it
Yeah.
comes down to some penis on a dating app, it's on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
that's
women,
true because you
Yeah.
know women
Quick.
can get whatever they. It ain't like that for men. though.
Quick.
not for men.
It's nothing. They coming out the draw.
Ready to
All
dope
you,
dick.
all you got to say is, "Hey, handsome."
Yeah,
Drop a
he's-
dick out for
He's
you.
slipping them off.
Hey, handsome.
That's all you gotta say.
He's sliding
You
right
know how
out.
many
of
times I
them.
got the hey handsome? I ain't dropping no
And
dick off
then and then they can I come over and chill?
though.
So you don't let anybody
Straight
come over
like
and
that.
chill?
No. I mean, it's like
It's that fast. That's what I need to do.
What
Be
you
like,
mean?
can I come over and chill?
I mean,
Hey.
it depends on who you're dealing with. I mean, like
You ain't got it.
You see a lot of posts and all this stuff about women like, oh, you don't want to take me out, or you want to take me out, y'all don't want to deal with you, or whatever. Sometimes that's all women want. Sometimes all women want is to have you come over, drop their penis off, and get out.
Where the women at?
And that's fine.
That's what I'm and that's what I'm saying. Like
Perfectly fine.
sometimes women just want to date too. Sometimes women just want to smash and pass. Like it ain't always about
Sound like
you
some
take
horror
me
shit
out
to
or
see, though,
whatever.
but I like horror shit
But
sometimes.
again, it comes down to you have to know who you dealing with. You have to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there from the get go. Look, I ain't looking for no relationship right now. You know. Don't be with the regular. Oh, I'm just chilling right now. I ain't trying. You
can't tell women the truth though.
Let's just see where it goes.
Why you can't?
Okay.
No, I'm saying you can't because if a man tell a woman the truth, then that can like eliminate his chances of actually
Let me
getting
tell
what
you.
he
That
want.
mean that, mean
And
that
that's
ain't the
the other
woman.
side.
But that mean that ain't the woman that he supposed to be messing with.
But he still want the pussy.
Yeah,
Let me
but
tell-
go
let
get
me
some more
tell y'all
pussy. It's a
something.
whole lot of
He
pussy.
want
out
that
there.
pussy,
Yeah,
though.
but it's some pussy out here that's gonna be better than that.
It
though.
is, but I want that one too.
You can't have that one.
Now you being greedy.
I'ma
Yeah,
give-
I can be greedy. Nigga.
I'm gonna give y'all some
Shut up
raw,
and stop complaining.
some raw honesty here.
Give us some raw honesty.
I met this guy at work through my job or whatever.
Get
And
raw.
like, and I just felt like, me and him was just always cool, he was just cool or whatever. So we finally end up like, we kind of started texting or whatever. And one day he was like, you should hit me up, a little bit more or whatever. And I was like,
You know what that meant?
I was like, I was like, what you mean? He was like, yeah, you can hit me up or whatever. And I was like, oh, I can text you. And he was like, yeah, you can text me.
Hey.
Like outside of like work stuff or whatever. So after we kind of started talking, right off the bat, he said, Jessica, look, I just want to let you know, hey, I like you or whatever. But he was like, I got a girlfriend. And he was like, if you don't want to deal with me or whatever, then that's cool. If you do, I'm just letting you know, like, this is what it is right now.
What you think
You
Jessica
like,
did?
I still want that.
What you think Jessica did?
I talked to that nigga for 4 years. And I mean, like, it's not, and don't get me wrong, it's not
She's
funny.
a home wrecker.
It's not, I was about to say, yeah, it's not funny. It's not funny or whatever because, it is what it is. But that man treated me better than anybody that I have ever dealt with. Like, that man that I dealt with at the time, he, and I like,
What
and
you
this
mean? What you
can-
mean treated you better?
What I mean is, and people gonna have something to say about this, and that's cool. That's cool or whatever. But to have this man showed me like you are worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was never like
You the best number 2 I got.
you ain't good enough. Yes, like, like. But what's crazy is I never looked at him like, oh, you need to leave your family. You need to leave your family for me.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't want that from me.
because that
Yeah.
ain't what it was. Like I wanted the phone calls. I wanted the attention. I wanted
And
the.
he gave all that to you. He had time to.
So
give it to you?
he made her feel like she was number one, even though she wasn't number one.
Yes.
She was number
Yes.
two.
And he
That's what them
never.
niggas. That's what them niggas will tell y'all. That was a jail, man. Y'all ain't got no game, man.
Secondary.
Well, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling you. That.
And this man, he never lied to me, or if he did, I didn't know it or whatever. He
lied to you.
He bought, well, hey, I ain't.
It ain't matter.
I ain't know.
You know?
Yeah, look, I ain't know. Look, I ain't know.
She was
It didn't
number one.
matter. You know, it didn't matter, and it was never like it just wasn't complicated. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an issue because he was honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was honest. I knew when he couldn't be around, or I knew he could only come certain times or whatever. But he was there when I needed him. When I was like, well, you can't call me in case of an emergency. Yes, I could, because he was coming.
How
And
about
still got
To this
Christmas
day.
gifts.
To this day.
No, for real. No, for real, to this day. And I don't know if y'all ever seen my dog.
The pit bull.
No, what kind of dog you got?
Yeah, so
I
that's
saw him on your snap.
my little Pitty. Yeah, so
Pity.
he got us here for Christmas. That guy that I talked to, he got him for us for Christmas or whatever. He was supposed to be cash
Oh,
gift.
so y'all
but-
got a kid together.
Yeah. He was supposed to be cash gift, but he ended up being mine. But yeah, like we just had that kind of friendship or whatever. And even still, like, we cool and everything.
I met him
but
before.
my point, you didn't. But my point is the honesty. Like, it's best to just be honest. Like, give that other person the choice. Like, be honest and give
But
them
they
the
ain't
choice.
giving yourself the choice, though.
That's
not giving yourself the choice.
What you mean?
You got all the choice.
Huh?
You got all the choice.
But I give her a choice to not give me a choice.
No,
I give her a choice to
You gotta be honest and give it a choice. Like, she either gonna say I'm with it or she gonna say I'm not.
But how
And
about
if
you-
she ain't,
how
move
about
on
you
to
want
the
her?
next.
How about you want her to be with it, and if you tell her the truth, she's not gonna be with it. So you
Then that's fine. You gotta find somebody else. Then.
No, you're not forcing nothing.
You gotta.
No, you're not forcing nothing. You just trying to get something for you. You being greedy, yes. Being selfish, yes.
You
but
gotta
that's
find
people.
somebody else then.
Because think about
Yeah, I would. I'm just saying in a
It's
different
out,
term.
but okay. When you lie, I mean, I guess when you're honest too, you kind of run the risk either way. But when you lie, you run a bigger risk of her fucking up what you got with your girl.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
in that situation.
In that situation, and it also goes back to the whole you got to know who you dealing with. Like, you got to know whoever I'm dealing with. I ain't gonna go to my girl with the whole like, oh, he this and that or whatever. Like, you gotta know who
You might be
You
hoping
ain't gonna
that.
never
So-
know that though.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
Because
never-
I guess.
Women, they get emotional sometimes,
Very.
and they act irrational.
Always.
Nothing. I don't know. I
So
guess
you ain't never been emotional or act irrational.
about this
nothing.
guy, even though you knew you was
No,
number
that's
two.
what I'm saying. Him.
So you ain't never.
Nothing ever made me feel like, you know what? I'm gonna tell his girl that he been talking to me for whatever.
Maybe not that irrational.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm saying. Like,
acted
nothing
irrational
made me
before.
feel like, you know what? Maybe I need to, but not in that situation. So I mean, I get it. I get women are emotional, but not in that situation.
Because, like, you trying to hold a woman back from, like, telling on you to your woman, yeah. But think about you ain't got no woman. You just trying to get something from the woman that you want. The pussy.
That boy a thief.
I am.
Like a thief in the night.
Thief
I
in
take
the night.
anything.
I don't know. Like I said, like, some
But
some might be with it, and some
You just gotta find who
might.
that's with it. And
Yeah.
who that's
I
not
get it.
with it, just move on. But I got three things I want to go, but we gotta touch all these three. But which one y'all want to go to first?
The one you talking
I'm about to
about,
say, that
nigga.
one you bring up,
Hey,
nigga.
nigga.
Okay,
MVP.
because the egging situation is we gotta get the 08 relationship.
Egging
It's the
situation
relationship
is funny,
bonding.
relationship.
And there's another one, but we're gonna go with the egging first. Cause I want to clear that
You should've just
situation
did
up.
it in that order, yeah.
Yeah, because like egging, like when we egg your house, I want to just tell the story because it was such a fun from my vantage point and our vantage point, because like we just was coming, we had done it before, but we was coming home, we were like, man, we should just get somebody tonight, man. Then like let's get
Childish
just girl,
fuck.
it's just childish or
Childish
whatever.
fuck. And we
So
went straight to her window.
Yeah, I remember all of we lined up at your window or whatever. We was like 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then we ran to the back of the Leeville garden to jump over the fence and the towel and walk. Yeah. You jumping over no fence.
RP
You jumping over
But
no
you know,
fence.
no
what's
sex.
funny? What's funny is
Oh,
I
fuck
didn't
that nigga.
I didn't know anything about that, but I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it that night. It woke me up, and I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, what was that? But I was too scared to look out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did not know until it came up later, and I looked outside like, damn, it is egg on my window.
How it came up later.
And then, like I say, it wasn't even me that said we should go to the other person's house. Like,
That don't matter how it came up later though.
it came up later because I dropped my wallet. Well, no, I dropped my wallet in the road because I never even went in the yard. I never even threw an egg.
You definitely threw an egg.
I didn't
From
throw
the
an
road.
egg. No, he threw an egg. He was the first person to throw. He threw the egg long distance.
From the
It
road.
was like,
That's why I play quarterback. Still hold record. Got the accuracy over here, boy.
and then I remember when y'all dropped this back off at my aunt's house with it. I was like,
You realize
damn,
you
I
had
can't
your
find my
wallet.
damn
I remember
wallet.
that shit like it was
Then I
yesterday
like,
too though.
damn,
Cause we
man,
searching the truck like a motherfucker.
I like, we'll find it in the morning or whatever. And like, nah, somebody else found it in the morning.
Yep. And see, I didn't.
Then we had community service out there. Like that was funny.
Yeah, high school had community
I
service.
didn't really know what was going on, like at school or whatever, because y'all know, like that was my girl, you
Yeah.
know. So at school, it was like, oh, you know, my car got egged or whatever, and I was like, what? You know, I was like, what happened? And she's like, yeah, you know, yeah, my car got egged or whatever. And then
That's
she
so
was
childish.
like, and we found a twin ID. I was like, oh shit, like.
If you text me that joke, I'm like, damn.
Yes, and I was
Gotcha,
like,
man.
really? I was like, really, dog? Like,
That's hilarious.
and like, I'm like, dang, like, you know, that's my best friend, but I'm like, these my niggas. So it's like,
Damn,
what
you
are
put
you
it together.
even?
It's family, yeah.
You know, I was like, damn, these my niggas or whatever. So I was like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Like, we ain't
You
had
know,
no
I ain't
beef with
got
her.
nothing to
We
do
did it. She was just a person's house close to yours.
Somebody
But
told
I
you
would-
to go
but-
there. Just know that.
But I was really like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And then that's when later on I found out, like, Ty was like, he was like, girl, we was at your house too. Like, and I was like, huh? Like, yeah. So, and I even told her, I was like, they was just, you know, they was just playing or whatever. I was like, 'cause
we did like,
and I was like, they hit my mama window, and I was like, I think they did somebody else or
I thought
whatever.
they did your window though.
But because you did,
Okay,
no, I mean,
okay.
like, I mean, like, you know, in the community or whatever. But it was the whole, like, had y'all been cool, that probably would have been cool.
Yeah.
But see, y'all went cool.
But we never even understood why we wasn't cool.
right. So that's probably why we did it.
But y'all made fun of her though.
What
I
you
mean,
do?
of course,
We made fun of
We
everybody.
made fun of everybody.
she's
though.
gonna make you pay.
We paid too.
Yeah, she's literally.
definitely
She's
Hey.
gonna make you pay.
Took a whole check from me, $200.
Hey, but that back to like us growing up, we was the NWM, man.
Nigga
We
with money.
we
Like,
had that money to
I-
pay,
Oh,
man.
She's
Pay that
gonna
money.
make.
Yeah, pay that money.
Came back to school after spring break with a whole new swag.
Yeah.
We had money.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
she's gonna make you pay for that.
How
so.
she doing, man? Shout her out, man.
Actually, I don't really know how she's doing. We actually had a little falling out in.
So it's her. So it's been her the whole time. It ain't nothing.
we had a little falling out in
Nah, shout out
2014,
her,
and
We
we actually have not. I mean, I can probably count on both my hands how many times we have spoken since then. And I mean, her dad passed away, and I went over to her people's house or whatever. I was there, but we just never like rekindled that.
I
that
seen
thing or whatever,
somebody
so.
tweeted today, like, friends, you don't always have to have friends over time because everybody evolves or whatever. So sometimes your friends back then ain't your friends now. Like it's like the long lasting friends that you know that just real though.
And that go back to like with the tied back into the whole 08 thing. Like it ain't really like just friends with us. It's like family.
Exactly.
So that's why it's like
Right.
I was last a lot longer because we really like rock with each other. Even like the one Brittany that we talking about. Like I would love to like get to know her because
Yeah.
like we all went to school together and like graduate together.
Right.
I would like to know who you is.
Yeah, like-
I don't know where the beef came from, but it wasn't that serious.
Maybe
to me.
it wasn't
Not
that serious.
us.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
We didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, we didn't care,
It was just
yeah.
Right.
brother. Like it
Right.
was just what we did.
It,
But,
it was just part of the day.
Yeah.
like, we
It was like watching the movie and you was part of that scene. Then we kept going.
When y'all talked about the Shell J situation, like we don't know how she got picked. We just picked her and made the card, did the card.
Yeah.
like the Valentine's
They
Day
were
card. Like,
random,
it
just
wasn't
random.
it wasn't no beef or nothing. None of that.
we knew for some reason we knew her birthday was coming up. We knew her birthday. We heard an announcement that morning or something.
You remember too much stuff,
It's
man.
like
you the police, bro.
Yes, he remember. Yeah, dang.
But no, but think about that time we remember seeing Jessica get into the tie window. I'm just saying we saw
Jamar.
We did you though. We did catch you though.
Really?
We did catch you though.
Really?
We be bored. We be so bored.
Yeah, and Baseberry is so little.
Yeah.
So little.
So we knew what was going
That
on.
was
my
where-
cousin, so we just be
You ride the
riding
same
around.
block.
Right.
Those were
Yep,
some.
stay over there,
Those
like-
were some good times. Look, y'all. My mama used to go to sleep at like She used to go to sleep at like 10 o'clock on the dot. And she used to fall asleep in the den. I used to go in and I used to look. She was asleep, grabbing them keys.
She gonna whoop you.
I used to take her car almost every night. I used to take her car almost every night and go to Ty's and get in his window. And look, one day, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and Ty had one of them little phones in his room, you know, with the little curly cord. He had, you know what I mean? You know the old phone. He had one of them phones in his room, and it started ringing, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was like, "Man, who is that?" Because his mama was asleep, so it was like, you know, the phone ringing, like, you know, like, what did he do? Like, you know, the phone's ringing, and he was like, I was like, "Don't answer it or whatever." Yeah. So he answered it, and my mom was like, "Jessica over there." I was like, "Oh shit."
No.
So he hung up, and I was like, "I gotta get out of here."
Gotta go.
So I went out to get my mama's car, and it was gone.
Ooh.
I remember this. So, you talking about this, but
I went out to get my mama's car, and it was gone. So I used to park my mama's car in like this abandoned house. Because nobody lived there, so I used to park the car there, so his mama wouldn't know, like, hey, I'm in your house. Yeah. You know. So when I went out there, her car was gone, and Ty was like, you know, like, I don't know what to do or whatever. The police came. The police showed up.
They got your car?
The police pulled out there. My mom and my daddy was out there. You ain't had no business stealing my car and this and that, and you know. Look at you, you know, you this and you that. And I was like, oh, Mom, like, come on, like, you know. And she's like, get in this car. And I was like, no, I just ride with Daddy, because I was like, I ain't trying to hear this. And it was like a good little minute. It was a good little minute before I could, you know, get back right to see Ty or whatever, because he never came to my house. You know, I always went over there. And then, like, once we kind of, like, that kind of blew over or whatever, Ty's mama was like, Jessica, you stupid as hell. I ain't getting in nobody damn window. Why you ain't just come in the door? I was like, what?
Yeah, different side of the track.
Like, huh?
Yeah, shout out to Shotty.
She was like, Jessica, you ain't never had to get in the window. And she was really like, she was like, I feel like, y'all have known each other for a long time or whatever. And I know that y'all, you'll be safe and this and that. She's like, you good? She's like, just park in the yard and come in the door. And since then, I started parking in the yard, coming in the door. She'd be in that sleep. She'd be like, hey, Jessica. Right. Hey, girl. And then I ain't going back.
Heard you struggling to get in the window.
And I used to go back to the room and leave, And she'd be like, make sure you close the door all the way. Like, or whatever. But
the crazy thing we did to get some pussy or peen.
Right.
And
got in high school.
Yeah, shout out to her too, because they were so good. They were so good to me. They were so good to me.
Now, they're amazing people.
And yes, they were so good to me. They were such a good family. Tracy. Even now, I see Marvin and I can just see his eyes just light up. Like he hugged me and stuff, just like, just like back in the day or whatever. Like I remember Tracy, she had a little black car, a little black Sunfire. Yeah. And she was like, y'all clean out my car. She was like, I'll let y'all have my car anytime y'all want. And her car was so damn nasty. I'll never forget that, because she had kids,
I feel like that's all women, though.
Because she had kids.
Women
so she was like, y'all clean out the car. She was like, y'all can use my car anytime you want. Me and Ty cleaned the hell out that car. And we drove that car no matter when we wanted the car. We used to do whatever. She's like, y'all can always have my car. Y'all can always have it. We stayed having her car. And we used to keep her little son. And he was just a little baby. He was a baby. And now, he's so grown up. But he was just a little baby.
You don't even remember that.
Like, I had pictures of them. Like, they were so little, like, baby. I got an album. I actually have a photo album it's just us. Like, it's just us with, like, me and Ty and his family and pictures of them and stuff.
You gotta send it to him. I'm sure they'll love to see it.
Yeah, it's just us. It's just an album with just us. And like I said, he was a little baby. He was just a little baby. We got pictures of him because we used to babysit. Yeah. Like, we used to babysit him.
You used to always be with Ty.
Mm-hmm. We used to babysit him.
Just and then always write letters.
We went to the. I still got all of them. I still got all of them.
That's another story. We stole.
We'll go here in a minute. But we went to the zoo.
Wrote me a letter one time. I forgot for who though.
Oh Lord. We'll get there. Back to this. But I remember we took a trip to the zoo, like the whole family, and it was just like I really like to this day, like I just really appreciate them being so good to me because our families and our upbringings were so different.
Completely opposite.
We were so different. Cause I remember like his mama telling me that like she was like, you know, I'm sorry sometimes if Ty don't have, you know, money to do whatever with you or whatever because he had to help me with these bills. And I remember feeling like, dang, like this, you know, I wasn't raised like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to help my mama with bills or whatever. Like I don't have to do that. So, you know, and she was always like real honest, like, look, you know, I'm gonna need Ty to take care of this with this check or whatever. And I was like, you know, I understand or whatever. And like I said, you know, it was just different. Like our upbringings were so different, but they never ever judged me. They never made me feel like, you know, oh, she thinks she better than us or whatever. Like I was just one of them.
Yeah, you felt comfortable.
You know,
with
yeah.
That's how you talk, though.
And you could actually be your true and honest
Yeah.
self when you with somebody that's like that. That's
Why
raw.
do people think you feel like you better than them?
I don't know.
The way you talk, the way you post.
I don't know. My son's daddy, his family, I felt like from right off the bat, like they was like,
They ain't like you.
like she
Get somebody
just,
else.
yeah, like they was like, like, you know, she thinks she better than us, and you know, and they done said that. They have said that, and I don't know if it's the way I talk, the way I carry myself. I don't know. And people say it all the time, like, oh, you know, some people just don't like you just because you, just because other people like you, they don't like you. And I have an issue with that. I really do have an issue with
That's
that.
how it be sometimes.
I think people don't understand you because
I have an issue with that.
You just with the mess, man.
Yeah.
People are always like, oh, you know, because I know
'Cause you
people.
lie
I
with it,
know
too.
people. I know people
In
don't
your
like
face
me.
with it.
I know people don't like me, but it's just like
But you be telling the truth.
you, and it's like, and you don't know me. And you don't know me. And you know, now that we on the subject, let me bring a little something since we on the subject. Okay, so now we on the subject. When I walked in this door today, me and Jeremy, we hugged. We hugged. But y'all know Jeremy, he unfollowed me. He unfollowed me on Twitter a couple years ago because I made him a little mad. And I don't even really know what transpired, but I do know that it was some truths that was said. And while I didn't put no name on it, you know when stuff come out, you know it'd be a little jab.
Yeah, of course.
You know it'd be a little jab.
Of course.
It'd be a little jab because you know better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know better, and you know that you know better, and you don't want to see that. You don't want to see nobody telling you nothing about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And even though you don't really know, like you know what I'm saying. You like, oh, okay, she ain't saying no name, but I know she talking about me. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
That was.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. Yeah, I was. And his mate at the time was the same way. She deleted me on Facebook. She unfollowed me. She unfollowed me and everything. And that was fun.
You been real messy?
Well,
What you saying?
No.
I
I believe what it was. And it's been a couple years or whatever, but it's been about 2 years. But I believe they were having a conversation that should not have been had on Twitter. And I was like, you know, and then, you know, because it always turns into this, oh, mind your business, don't be talking about me. Well, why you put it on here?
Right.
And it's
Well,
public.
If I see it, I'm gonna screenshot, and if I got something to say, I'm gonna say
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna
Whether
say it.
it's to you, to this internet, or to somebody else,
Yeah, so
I'm
you
gonna say it.
Oh, so
Group chat.
So you GCG too, huh?
I'm gonna
Group
say
chat,
it.
girl.
I'm gonna say it.
Personally, I knew that.
But I'm
But
glad-
And
on the other end, she might not have knew that. I did it because of that. If you want something to talk about, here you go. I don't give
And
a
you
fuck
know-
at the end of the day.
You know he ain't
I
gonna
And-
didn't give a fuck, so.
Jeremy still don't give a fuck.
And I'm gonna talk about it. You gonna give us
Everybody I feel like every woman and man gonna be talking about that shit if you put that shit on the internet.
Yes,
Got to.
yes. But you know what though, and that's fine because I remember it was this whole like once she deleted me and stuff, Once she deleted me and stuff, it was all like,
That's social media shit so funny to me.
protect my peace and this and that. Well, girl, that's fine. You do whatever it is you need to do to protect your peace. If deleting me and blocking me is what you need to do to protect your peace, then by all means, do what you need to do to protect your peace. But let me tell you something. I ain't got nothing against you.
I ain't got nothing
We
against you.
good, girl. I see you in the streets like that, just like it ain't never happened. Hey. I still placed an order for her cupcakes. Do you hear me? I still placed an order because you know what? I don't care. That don't bother me.
Exactly.
That don't bother me.
When the last time you placed the order?
But I mean, it's been a while. But I mean, you know.
You did place more orders though.
Yes, I did. I did.
Like you said, you need
The
support.
fact, it don't matter how many times I did it. It's the fact that, hey, I supported you. You get what I'm saying? So you can feel however you want to feel about me. Honey, you still got my coins.
Got my coin.
Yes, you still got my money. But, you know, I do feel like, you know, a lot of people like, oh, you know, she has this internet presence and stuff. That is who I am. I have never,
again,
like...
A lot of people don't know that.
You
Yeah.
haven't been around a lot of these people. So
Yeah,
they
like,
don't know you.
that-
Because like you said, your upbringing was different, so you wasn't in the, like, I guess, quote-unquote streets, because a lot of us wasn't in the quote-unquote streets either, but...
You wasn't there.
Right.
Like, I guess people feel like you come in on stuff that you wasn't even a part of.
What you mean?
Like, say, like some hood shit. You wasn't even in the hood.
You know, and,
So
okay,
you live
I'll go back to
of a reality show instead of like real life.
But I think it's everybody do that, though, far as, like when it go to, like, if it anything that go on social media, if you see it, if it's messy, if it's not, they gonna talk about it. Somebody gonna
But
screenshot it. Like,
everybody don't comment on it. Jessica comment on it, right?
that's
She
fair.
write that comment. Like,
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, that's true.
Not sure.
You know,
I was
and then, but and then that goes back to the whole like,
But that's
oh,
who she is.
she need to mind her business, but it is like, but it's here.
yeah,
It's here.
Yeah, my
And it's
business.
like,
You got the option at the end of the day whether you want to.
but yes, but it's like, why is it here?
Yeah.
Why
Because you
is
can't
it
be mad-
here?
You can't be mad at me for using my option to comment because
Yes.
it's here. It's a comment.
Why is it here? What's the reasoning?
That's what I want to do.
What's the reasoning for it? If you don't want me to say something, don't put it on here.
Yeah, don't put it on
You
there.
can't tell me not to be in my business and you give it to me.
Prime,
That's a fact.
prime example. It was something going on, and this has been a while ago. This has been a while ago, but it was something on there like, oh, you know, who was the best looking girl in Baseburg or this and that, and a certain somebody commented and said it was this person. I'm like, hold up, nigga, damn, you ain't got no love for your girl.
Oh man, I already know what you're talking about.
Where's the love for your girl? Ooh, that little fire in that nigga. And he ain't like me since then. And still to this day, I don't have nothing against him. But to me, it's just like,
So he don't
hey,
like you right now.
I guess not. I mean, you know, whatever. But my thing, like I said, like, what is your reason for putting this out there, knowing that people can see it? And when you put stuff on the internet, you have to know that people gonna say something about it. They gonna comment on it, whatever. Like, you just gotta know that.
Commenting on it too, though.
And
You gotta know
again,
it come with that.
and
Yeah, they come with it.
again, if deleting me and blocking me is what it's gonna take for you to protect your peace, then by all means, do whatever you need to do to protect your peace. But one thing about me is a lot of people have a lot to say about, oh, you know, she messy, she don't mind her business and this and that. You don't know me. Like, you don't know the things that I have done for people. How I have been here for people. Like, you don't know me for real.
It's
You
just
know what I'm saying?
internet.
Like, yeah, like, this is just internet. Like, you don't know me for real. You don't know the things that I have been through. You don't know the insight that I have. Like, you just don't know me.
Like real life shit though.
So-
Like your high school, your two high school boyfriends not even here. You know?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that, but I didn't
yeah.
want to bring up something so dark because I know it.
Yeah.
Like this right here, the type of stuff that we like this could help somebody else. So I wanted to know, how did you feel at that time whenever you was talking about my cousin Ty and my cousin Matt? I'm kin to both of them, but I'm like, how did that feel to you, especially at the age you was, and like to deal with that?
I think so, and I'll kind of give a timeline because a lot of people don't know, and even then in school, a lot of people don't know. So I met Ty when I was in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade when I met him, and my grandma lived in this house. It was a house in the middle, and they lived in this house, and we were just best friends. And again, you know, we were just different, but we just connected. Like, he would walk to my grandma's house, My grandma would let us chill or whatever. She would buy us ice cream and stuff like that. Like, we were just friends. Like, we grew up together. Like, that was my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, and I felt like we had grew up together. And it was never like, maybe we should be like girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, it was never that until like 9th grade. And then, like, we was kind of like testing the waters.
Yeah,
like,
niggas ready to hunt.
and we should, like,
Penetration.
should we be trying to, like,
I ain't finna have no
kinda,
girlfriend,
like,
not in high school.
And, and he was like, no. Like, because he was, like, cool with y'all and stuff. And y'all wasn't dating. Y'all was like,
girlfriend.
yeah, like, he was like, I ain't trying to have no girlfriend.
Hold up.
Who was like that? Right.
Yeah, you already
Game
know.
We know
Anyway,
Swag.
I hit something into house.
they was he wanted to be like, one of y'all. Like, I ain't trying to be held down or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get that bullshit.
And I met Matt when we were in the 9th grade, and me and him were just
I just
cool.
met these people when we went to school our whole life.
It was funny. I was thinking that, but it do be like that though, because like me and Sean went to the same school and church, and I ain't meet her until Brad like.
But you knew of her though.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
You
But
knew
I
him
didn't
though.
know, and even though I was friends with like Amaja and Livy, I still didn't know him. I still didn't know him. But anyway, we got cool or whatever, and me and him we used to write letters all the time or whatever, and me and him got cool, and I was like, shoot, I want to be in a relationship. So me and him ended up being in a relationship.
You just want to have a boyfriend.
Me and him, yes,
Fast
and that was true. That was true.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I felt like I should have been with Ty. I felt like I should have been with him. I felt like that was gonna be my high school sweetheart. That was gonna be my man. I should have been with him. But then it was like, whatever, you weren't ready, so you do what you do. Like, you do what you do or whatever, yeah. So then I started talking to Matt or whatever. And me and him we was good. Like, I felt like we had a good relationship and stuff. But I felt like Ty did not like that. And, because they were friends.
Why would he?
They was kind of friends or whatever. And he was just, when he felt like
he was trying to be your best friend for real.
But then, when he felt like he was ready, I was ready too.
Yeah. So you was already ready to cheat.
And we were so young. Like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? And I remember,
so what did you do?
I left Matt. And he,
I ain't worth a damn.
I really,
Wait, so one of you like, I just don't want to be with you no more.
Basically, yeah. And he knew that I was going. He knew that I was going back at the time. But that was really like such a heartbreaking time for me. And that's just honest. I felt like that was really one of the first times in high school that I had those days where I didn't want to go to school and I didn't want to like talk to people and stuff because his family hated me. They hated me, and they made it a point like to let me know, like, they wanted to fight me and stuff because I broke his heart. I broke his heart, and I knew that, and even though I tried to like, hey, I'm sorry, like, can we please just go back to what we were, like, can we just go back to, but we couldn't. We couldn't. And then not only did I break his heart, but Ty didn't like us being friends, because he knew,
he wants you.
You done been, yes,
right.
like, and y'all been together, like, you cannot be friends with him and still be with me.
No.
And that was hard.
He wants you, like,
and it was hard or whatever. So yeah, of course, I mean, everybody know, I ended up with Ty, but like, even through high school, like, Matt was still like, and then like our last year or whatever, I remember like graduation and stuff. It was just such a happy time. And I remember like we found out like the last week of school, Ty found out that he wasn't gonna be able to walk because he was missing like one credit or whatever. And I cried because he wasn't gonna be able to walk with us. And I felt like that was something monumental that he was gonna miss out on. And I was hurt.
Memory.
But he ended up going to summer school or whatever. And he ended up
got his credit.
Yeah, he ended up getting the credit or whatever. So he did end up getting a diploma.
Why did I never do that?
But we spent that summer, and I was taking him to summer school in the Black Sunfire. We working together, whatever. We spent the whole summer together. We were literally together every single day. Every single day. every single day.
Yeah, he quit hanging with me and Dappy as well.
And we were together every single day, and it was like a ritual. Like every Saturday, well, if it wasn't like the week that he had to pay bills or whatever, every Saturday we would get up and we would go to the flea market and we would spend the whole day. We go to the flea market, we would get food, and then we would come back. And then I used to have to go to work, but he had Saturday and Sunday out, so then he'd go hang out with y'all or whatever. So this was every single day. And I'm gonna tell y'all the day that they called and told me that he was sick. So I'm about to start crying. But Marquise, Sweat.
Swag.
Ty called me first, and he was like, Jessica, I don't feel good. He was like, I just don't feel right. And he was like, I know you at work, but he was like, I'm gonna get Marquise to take me to the hospital. And I was like, you sure? Like,
you knew it was bad when you said something.
Yeah, I was like, you sure it's that bad? You feel like you need to go to the hospital? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I feel so bad. He's like, I just feel weak. He's like, I don't feel good or whatever. And we got to the hospital or whatever, and Marquise was like, now mind you, Marquise, we were always together. Like, it was just because we worked together and everything, so we was always together. And he was like, Jessica, they gonna keep him or whatever. Like, he ain't doing good. They gonna keep him over. And I'm like, what or whatever. So the guy worked. I went over there, and then like the next morning, and I can see it so clear in my head. And I've never really told anybody this, but I can see it so clear in my head. That morning, they asked him what he wanted for breakfast, and they bought him like I can see everything. Like I can see like what he ate. They brought him a bowl of grapes and stuff, and he could not lift his hand to eat his food.
Damn.
And like, I was like, trying to like give him the food or whatever, and he was like, I can't even eat it. And he got up to use the bathroom, and he couldn't even make it to the bathroom. Like he couldn't walk. He was so weak he couldn't walk. And
I wonder how it got so bad so fast.
He was so weak he couldn't walk. And I remember like he got up to go to the bathroom, and he couldn't make it to the bathroom. So I called the nurse, and I was like, hey, he's telling me that he can't even eat his food. He can't eat his food. He came into the bathroom. They was like, yeah, well, we gonna run some more tests and stuff. So I had called his mom and them, because his mom and them, they really felt like because he had me there, that he was all right. They felt like, he good. He all right. Boy, you good. Like, ain't nothing wrong.
He young.
And I called him, and I was like, y'all, like, I was like, the doctor's saying that, he this and he that. And I'm like, he can't even eat. Like, I was like, y'all gotta get here. I was like, I know you feel like, but I was like, it's something wrong. And so they showed his mama. She's like, I'm coming. She's like, we all gonna come. So his mama, his sister, Sammy, all them came up there, and they was like, Jessica, they was like, you should leave and go get you some clothes, because you're gonna be here all night. You should leave and go get you some clothes. So 30 minutes, I hadn't made it back to Batesburg, and I was at Mr. B's, and they called me and told me that he had a heart attack, and it was like right after I left. So it was like I missed it. I was like, I missed it. It was like something got me out of there, because I would have had a fit had I been there, And they was like, he had a heart attack. And they was like, you need to come back. They was like, you need to come back. Because they was like, we don't know, like, they was like, we don't know if we going to be able to bring him back. And so I came back. I came right back. And it's so crazy. Like, when you go through stuff like that, you remember, like, everything. Like, you were like, I remember
like a movie, right?
I remember down to like the clothes that I had on. Like, I can remember everything I was wearing, everything. So I got back up there, and they were transporting him to Richland Memorial. And y'all, like, it's certain songs that I can't even listen to, because I remember my phone was ringing with those ringtones. They was calling me to tell me about him dying, and my phone was ringing with those ringtones, and those songs I can't even listen to now.
I already know.
Because it brings, like, so many memories back.
Yeah. Like, we was 18
too
years
young.
old.
Too
like,
young.
We was 19.
Kiki sent a text message out. Kiki Holloway, shout out to her. She sent a text message out to, like, I guess, like, the 08 class was like, he had a 5% chance of living.
Yeah.
Like, huh? 5% chance?
Yes.
And like I never went in to see it because I could. I was going to the hospital and stuff. It was like
We was there in the lobby and stuff like that in the waiting room, but I
Swagg
never want to
would
go to
go
bed.
I couldn't go in.
Yeah, I had to go in. I say that's family, man.
The song is
I had to say bye.
The trauma.
It's the Alicia Keys song. The when she said like some people want it all and yeah.
Please don't.
That was the ringtone that I had on my phone, and I can count on my hands how many times I've listened to that song since then because that's the ringtone that I had. But anyway, so they ended up transporting him, and once we got to the hospital, like I remember, like they told us that his brain had been without oxygen for like 30 minutes. Dang. It was like they just left him. They just left him sitting because it was like they weren't equipped to deal with it. You know what I mean? So they didn't really know what to do, and he was so young.
Yeah, I know.
He was so young, they didn't know what to do. And it's very similar to the guy that just had the
Jamar Hamlin.
Yeah. So it was very
call that
similar.
arrest, right?
Yeah. So it's very similar to that. Like had they acted quickly, they could have saved him. You get what I'm saying? But they weren't really equipped to deal with what he had going on. So he had something that's called cardiomyopathy. And like, you know, at the time, you know, we were so young, you didn't really know what that was or whatever. But it's very common. It's very common. He had an enlarged heart. And like that stuff, they just didn't know. And I remember like the doctors talking to his mom and them about that. And like, they was like, what? You know, like we didn't know. You know, he played football and I like, you know, we didn't know.
He never played football because he said it was something.
Yeah. She was like, you know, when he was a kid, she's like, you know what, he played football or whatever, and he's just like, we didn't know. And it was like every single day. It was like every single day. Like I never left the hospital. I was there every single day, and it was like some days they would say he would get better. Like some days, like you know. He would move some days and stuff. And it was just like, they were like, that's just reflexes. And it was like, you know, they was like, he has no brain activity.
He just like,
yeah, they was like, he has
too long with no oxygen.
Yeah, they was like, he has no brain activity. And they was like, you know, we are basically just keeping him, you know, alive with these machines and stuff. And it was like, at 19 years old, like, how do you even process, like,
I know, right? We all going to the funeral.
Somebody that you have literally been with every single day. Like, how do you even?
Can't process it. Like
you know,
you need to talk to someone.
And like, I know, like my mom and them, like for days, like they just laid around with me or whatever, because they just. You know, at 19 years old, you know, I always feel like, you know, when you young, they always say, oh, you don't know what love is. You don't know what love is. When you younger, it's worse because you know, you don't know what that feels. You know, you don't know, you don't really know what it is, but you just know that
it got snatched away.
This is somebody that you cared for, like you was with them
and they gone
every single day, and now they are gone.
Yeah,
and it was like every day, like. I knew it was coming, but it was just like I still just could not come to terms with my best friend is dying.
Yeah, at 19.
Yeah, like
19.
Like we just graduated high school. Yeah, we just graduated high school. Like my best friend is dying. And
that was the youngest person funeral I've been to this year. That was crazy.
I was like, my best friend is dying. And like, and it just sucked because, you know, he died on y'all's birthday.
Yeah, we know that.
You know, and I remember like it happened like it was like June 6th. It was a week. It was a week. I'll never forget. It was June 6th, and it was like every single day. It was like 7 days from when it started to when it ended. It was 7 days.
So he first went to the hospital on June 6th.
Yeah, it was 7 days. And I'll tell y'all something else that I ain't never really told nobody, or I just started talking about it recently. When we was in the hospital, Ty's phone was going off. His phone was going off, and it was a girl. It was a girl texting him, and he was like, I can't talk right now. He was like, I'm in the hospital, and she was like, are you all right? And he was like, I don't know. And I'm sitting there thinking like, boy, you can barely even eat, and you texted this girl.
Hey, you gotta do,
But
gotta let them know.
But that was, and it was definitely like, it was kind of like side eye or whatever. But like after a while, it was like it just didn't matter because it still didn't change the fact that he's dying.
I know he not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Like, it still did not change the fact that he was dying. And like so many people, like they was like reaching out to me and stuff because they knew like I was always with him.
Yeah.
Always. They knew, and I know like my mom and them just they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. And shortly after that, because I was in college at Lander, and I had been home because of course that was the summer. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I felt like that was such a blow to my life. Like I was like, well, what do you even do?
Yeah, it happened right after our freshman year.
Like it was like, well, what do you even do? Like this 2009, like you done been out of school a year and you done already had like some devastating, and I'm
traumatic.
Like, everybody's at college, like everybody's off at college, they having a good time, and I'm like, damn, like I just lost my best friend.
Like that's my life story, right now.
Yeah, and before he got sick, this was around like April or so. I had an opportunity to apply for an internship in Florida. And I remember like us talking about it or whatever. And he was like, maybe you should apply. He was like, I think that'll be good for you or whatever. Like, maybe I should, maybe you should. And I knew I wasn't going to hear anything for a long time. I knew I wasn't going to hear about it for a long time. And I found out that I had gotten it like after he died. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So the last half of 2019, so he died in June. The last half of 2019, I spent it in Florida because I had gotten the internship.
You got away.
So I was able to get away. So my daddy drove me to Orlando and just dropped me off at Disney World. Like I had a dream job.
Yeah, I know, right?
So a lot of that time I spent just kind of like, really like trying to like find myself, and I made a lot of new friends down there and stuff. And I remember them asking me like, how did you even get here? Like, how did you, why did you come?
I know, right?
Why did you come? Like, you just lost your boyfriend, like your high school sweetheart. Like, why did you even come? But I needed to go. Like,
so what did you do there?
So, the internship, like you could take classes and stuff, but if you didn't want to, you didn't have to. So I didn't, because you could take classes, but they really weren't real credits. So it was like a waste of time.
So
anyway.
you worked there? You worked for the parade?
Yeah, so I worked in Magic Kingdom.
And I worked for the parade.
Yeah, the parade they have at Magic Kingdom like 2 times.
So I worked in Magic Kingdom, and I worked in this, they called it Stan's East. So like in the east of Magic Kingdom, I worked in all those restaurants there.
Oh, you were in a
so
restaurant.
Like, yeah, and Disney is so like behind the scenes. Like it's so much that goes on behind the scenes at Disney. So I had to wear all the little like costumes and stuff like that. And you actually have to like go and check out the costumes. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
What like costumes like Minnie Mouse?
No, like
how they dress in place.
How they dress
uniform.
and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah. So but it's so much that goes on behind the scenes or whatever. So that was really distracting for me or whatever. So I had a good time there. But when I came back, it was like, it just felt like for so long that I just didn't belong there.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't feel the same. And then I ended up going back to work at KFC, and like, our manager Lenore, she was like, how do you even
all our managers.
I know, we all worked at the K before.
How do you even, she's like, this don't bother you, being back here or whatever? Because y'all remember Tyson wash dishes.
Yeah.
And she's like, this don't bother you. I'm like, of course it bothered me, but what can you do?
You got to move forward, especially at 19. Like life moves forward. Like I swear, I can't even imagine being in a position. Like but like I say, life still moves.
Life keep going. You can't stop.
Yeah.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, you gotta get through it. It's a process, but it's like, what can you do? You can't stop. You gotta keep going. Like life don't stop. Cause like you want time to pause so you can get some time back, but you don't. I had seen you posted this on Facebook last night, and like I want to read it to people. You said, my friends remind me of how much they love me publicly and privately, and I love that for me. And I think it is dope. I think the close core of our friends who really rock with each other. That's why I hate like. I'm gonna bring it up. That's why I want to transition to this conversation. Then we get to me and our conversation. But I want to transition like with our classmates saying like I do believe we family. So it's like I always had these conversations with one person in the class. Should I mention his name? He a big bald head guy.
You can believe it out.
You know what y'all do over here. Y'all bleep
Nah, we don't bleep stuff out. We just bleep stuff out
Yeah.
that we bleep stuff out that people do not need to hear.
What? That's like that. Go back to what we was talking about with the internet. If you bring somebody on this platform and they say it, and it's their business, they want it. They wanted the world to know it. That's why they said it.
But we had something that somebody hit us up on the back end like, no, take that out, man. Get my name out of there because that'll get him in trouble. So, you know, so we had to take something.
But that ain't y'all fault though.
That ain't our fault.
Yeah.
But
This is our platform
that
we pushing it out.
We gotta honor them though.
Yeah.
What they say.
You said that it make it our fault or y'all fault?
No, but it's on our platform.
So y'all gonna honor every person who.
No, you know, not but we're not trying to get nobody in trouble. Like this person maybe been behind a
mean,
wall and maybe could get in trouble back.
If you ain't pushing them to get in trouble,
but if information out on the podcast that can get them in trouble, we don't want that out there. Because somebody can see it that can get them in trouble.
that ain't got nothing to do with you. All right.
You gonna say the person's name or no? Who you talking about? Back to the conversation.
Talking about clean.
Yeah, you said.
Oh, you talking about? I say yeah, it's Brad. Yeah, me and Brad have a lot of conversations about the class and like because we say because he go from a different perspective because he have conversations with different people and it's like in my opinion we all family. So I feel like if there's an event happening or whatever, like the people that like the first we had to just get together Thanksgiving, it was at your house or whatever. I feel like those same core people that came to that one and a couple ones after that. I feel like every last one of those people should always be invited to everybody's event.
Yeah. So and I'll go into how that started because y'all remember I used to have little stuff all the time. I used to have little stuff all the time. I never asked y'all for anything, nothing. Just invited you over.
Yeah. And
it was just always us, our core group of friends. And of course, like Imagine Olivia, our core group of friends. Then, like, once the other people, like, Caron, Jot, Bad Boy, once they kind of see, they was kind of like, well, dang, like, we want to do something too, we want to hang out. And although it was never anything against them, it was just that we were closer. We were
in
closer.
School.
And in school we had the same classes. We were closer, and it was nothing against them, but
no, you was closer to us because like we were closer to them too in the football sense. But But I didn't really know them.
She didn't play football with her.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't know them. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't in class with them like that.
Yeah.
So you was a buzzer.
Shut up.
That's what I heard. So that's why you think you better.
But
man.
I didn't know them. I didn't know them, and even like. And Tyree and, Tanita and I was like, why don't y'all invite us or whatever? And I'm like, girl, like,
we ain't hang with y'all.
We talked or whatever, but we were never like close. So no, I don't think to invite you to my home and eat my food because I've never dealt with you. You get what I'm saying? And I don't mean like, oh, I didn't deal with you. Like I didn't deal. I'm just saying like we were cool.
Just in life,
but I didn't know you. Yeah, I didn't really know you like that. So no, I didn't think to invite you. So then I felt like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's kind of branch out and, let's see how it goes. That was the first Christmas party.
But you didn't invite them.
I did, but they did not come. Yes, I did. I did. But that was the big one.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That was the mannequin challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, that's when we did the mannequin.
That was
people love that.
2017.
That's what I was saying. People really loved that.
Everybody was there, and that was so much fun. And remember,
it came back around.
And
I had put it
remember,
up.
everybody was there. Even Matt was there.
Yep.
Whatever. So yeah, that was a last year. I feel like everybody was there.
Not too hotty.
Naughty too hot. Everybody was there. Then on the follow up 6 months later, we had to get together around the Portrait Festival.
Right, and we had we had that at your house. But and I just feel like, and I still feel like it's important to maintain those relationships.
I believe it's very important.
And I really feel like people make excuses to not be good friends because there is no reason why you can't pick up your phone and text me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" How have you been? Like, for instance, me and Tay, if I ain't heard from him in a week, I'm like, we did our weekly check-in. What's up with you?
I feel like me and Swagg should talk more.
Yeah, we should.
Like,
You know,
But I do hit y'all up more than y'all hit me.
You
up.
definitely do.
But that's just,
I'm
but
terrible.
that's just who I am. I'm that guy, man. Even like, what?
I hit you up all the time on Snapchat. I respond to shit all the time.
We do talk a little bit more on Snapchat than in person, but like a text on like what y'all niggas on, that's definitely me.
But what when you free though?
Look, you
I'm
be
always
in
free.
A.
I don't work.
You be in A.
Free. Anytime. And so that go, well, since we talk about our 08 family and shit, I ain't gonna say I checked, but I reached out to both of them niggas. Nine, cause Nine, my boy, he know we worked together at Reed's and shit. His daddy and my mama was real close. But I'm like, how the hell I ain't get invited to the wedding? But, you know, he told me, you know, it's during COVID. They got seat restrictions. He don't think I'm finna come. And I understand that. But Ray the same way. We go to the same church, and I'm like, well, how y'all don't invite me, man? I always be fucking with everybody. But I'm like, once he told me the same situation, I'm like, okay, I understand it. I get it. But it's like,
this y'all wedding, though, nigga. Like, I drive through
obviously, y'all don't look at me as family like how I look at y'all because I'm gonna take my time out to drive down there. The same thing like with Jessica. I'm like, she like, thank you for coming. Like, yeah, this only like a 2-hour drive. I don't live in the city of Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts, just like how she on the outskirts of Charlotte or whatever. But it's like, man, for family, I do whatever it takes.
Your wedding should be on the one, so like you don't think I'm gonna take my time out of my life to come for your wedding?
If it's 3 of them,
I'm gonna come for every last one of them.
If I get married 3 times, I'm gonna come see his black ass 2 times because I ain't get invited to the first one.
Right.
Like anybody in that group or whatever, like a wedding, that's a special day, and like I feel like everybody should be invited because all of us should be coming back to these events. We always there.
I joked around about it. You know, I joked around about it a lot. Like, oh, you know, you ain't invite me to the wedding. But then, you know, as I kind of thought about it, weddings are intimate occasions.
Yes,
they are. Even though people don't see them like that, they very much are very intimate occasions. And although I know you, we went to high school together, whatever, we weren't like really close knit friends like how we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we hung out. Yeah, we did things together, but but we're not like close friends. Cause Amaja and Olivia, they're like friends with them. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. And you know, I would feel out of place being there. I don't know his wife. They do. You know, they've been introduced to him. But y'all are also friends though. You get what I'm saying? Y'all are closer friends. Yeah. So, you know, what could I say? Like, oh, you know, they getting their wedding list together. Oh, we can only invite 120 people. Yeah, you want to add this girl you went to high school with. I don't know her. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of took that as like, oh, okay, like.
But if it's somebody from high school that we all like a group, I feel like we all come as a group because we was the 08 or whatever. So like all of us just come like that.
But ain't looking like it.
But when it comes to the cutting, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta cut her because. You know, my auntie from DC got to come down and see me get married. You get what I'm saying? So, you know. Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is.
And but I also feel on the front end, though, people feel like you weren't inviting others. You was holding out invite to the events you was having at your spot. So that's why it went back the way it went on the other end.
But what's crazy is they have always been there. Robert and Maurice were at the very first one. They were there. Yeah. They were there, so it's always been love. And now I felt like after a certain amount of time, it turned into like, look, I don't mind getting us together.
You was robbing them folks. That's what they said.
I'm about to get there. Look,
I knew you was.
I don't mind getting us together, but you cannot expect to get together, eat food, do this and this and that for free. You just can't do it.
I gave you $25. You gave me a $5 plate.
Now get this
stuff. You gave me a $5 biggie bag.
Y'all might have felt like, y'all might have felt like, she asked me this, how much this and that. The food was cheaper than it was now, but anyway, food is high. Food is high. And honestly, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't need y'all's money. I didn't. Now I might steal it now. Now I have a little something now. I might have a little something. But then I did not need y'all's money. I just didn't feel like it was fair for me to be cooking and getting everybody together and stuff, and then y'all like. Yeah, but
no, she had money.
Don't invite Jeremy then.
Listen to this, Jess.
I don't want to put it in there.
I was somebody. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk about.
If I'm hosting it too at the same time and I'm inviting people that I fuck with, Hey, come
You
through.
got a point. Yeah, you got a point.
I
Yeah.
get it at the same time.
Yeah.
too.
But when you host
Yeah,
it,
you
you
got a
gonna
point.
put more money up. Because when we hosted it at your house, like I put probably like $50 into it. When we were telling people to bring 10, because like if you host, you gonna put more money. But like I was one of the people. I said a comment to you like that, right? That you was keeping money.
Yeah.
I said a
But
comment,
it was
but
like, for what? Like, I
but
didn't,
no, I'm
I
gonna
didn't
tell
need
you
it.
this is where the comment come from the web, because like I was having a conversation with somebody. I also was like
Who?
another bald head person. Big bald head person. But anyway, like I could have brought Burger King with me. I didn't need, because like it's like you almost telling people they had to participate, they had to pay, and they
But
got to
see,
that point.
But see, that comes along with communication, though. You get what I'm saying? That's communication. Because when we decided to get together at Gerald's, we said, look, we gonna cook on the grill. Everybody bring this. Look, you bring the meat, you bring this. That would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have
But
been, and we could have done that.
See,
but see, I thought it was good. Somebody could have been like, look, girl, we don't want to give you no money. Can we just bring something? Yeah,
it's supposed to be
okay.
family. They
Yeah,
should've
let's
said
do that.
that.
Let's do that, because that would have been fine.
I ain't
if
asked
somebody
nobody to
had
bring
said,
nothing to the bonfire.
Yeah.
yeah, and that would have been
Brought some soup,
fine.
right?
That would have been fine for somebody to be like,
we got the soup.
you know,
tonight, remember?
Let's. But
brought me.
see,
No, we got some stuff. What we got? Because me and Jessica
no,
on Walmart.
when we did tasting, we all split it. We went to the store
Yeah, we
together
all
and
went
we
to Walmart.
split it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we split up the money or whatever,
But
and
what I'm
that
saying,
was
people
cool.
was
You
upset.
talk though. You have communication. Like
That's what I'm saying,
If
and
you
that
family-
was fine, and that was fine. And see, y'all still. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all. But a conversation could have been had, and that would have been fine. Like, yeah, let's come to a compromise. No, y'all don't have to give me money, but bring this. Let's have a menu, and y'all bring this. That would have been fine.
I don't think it was about the money.
That
I
would have
think
been
it was
fine.
about that year, the Christmas year, where you was like, you start giving out gifts. Like, no, we just want to come get together. We don't need the gifts. So are we having to give
And
up
that-
extra money for the gifts? We
But
don't need that.
again, that's when a conversation could have been had. Like, that could have
Like,
been
you was
cool.
running so much stuff. So like,
Yeah.
you just took it upon yourself.
But did
to
they
do
take
that.
the gifts though? Did people
Yeah.
take the gifts?
Yes, but it's like-
all right then.
But again,
They ate and they took the gift.
If instead, and a conversation could have been,
Could've been
a conversation could have been
$25.
had. A conversation
it.
could have
Motherfuckers be
been
like, they ain't broke,
had.
man.
And y'all be like, you know what? I don't really feel like we should give them. Like, maybe we should just. And that would have been cool, because honestly, that would have took a lot of me too.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
More people could have helped.
But
Like, we just
see,
was young.
but again,
You like to take the lead though, Jess. You do love to take the lead.
You know, but
Ain't
that
shit
would
leader.
have took.
We don't
that-
think about people's pockets. Some people be actually broke as hell.
Yeah, and that would have been okay.
But you can say that to your family, though.
But they won't, though.
Period.
That's how you feel. You're
It's-
not gonna say that.
It's the communication. Somebody could hit me on the side like, "Hey, Jess, I ain't really got it."
You can
know
say
what
it
I'm
in a
saying?
joke, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they be like, "Cool, okay, y'all. Hey,
It's
look,
fine, just come.
So and so said they ain't really got it. Let's do this instead. Let's have something big, like let's have soup, chili, or something like that, because that was cheap. You know what I'm saying? We ended up giving that would have been fine, but instead of somebody coming to me and being like, "Oh, I don't really think that's a good idea," y'all talked amongst each other, or they talked amongst each other, and then it got messy because you had something to say about me on the side, but you weren't man or woman enough to tell me, like, you know what, I ain't really have it. I couldn't give you the money, Jess.
But-
so I felt like, and then instead it turned to, oh, Jess trying to say, honey, I did not need your money.
But like
I
you said,
didn't need
You
you.
robbed
They
us,
don't-
Jessica.
they
I
don't
won't
know
buy
you.
25
They
back.
don't
know?
know you that close to be able to have that conversation with you.
And see, and I think like, and that's a thing that I feel like everybody kind of, they have this thing where like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt her feelings, or oh, I don't want to make her feel something. That again, like Tayson, we are family. Like, that's cool. We could have made a joke about it. Anybody, the way we joke around and stuff like that, somebody could have easily been like, just, hey, I ain't got no $20 for you, girl.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I know
Like-
we are family. That's why I know when we had our beef and stuff, I knew it was come back around or whatever. Because I remember back in the day, like we all had a tight. We are family, so it's gonna come back around at some point in time. 'Cause
Yeah.
like I said, that's why I say when with Chantal in the building for the first time. By the way, shout out to her.
It's the first time
While we record or whatever.
her.
But anyway, like I just
Pop that cherry.
like breaking trust or whatever. So like having conversation, you know, pillow talking
Yeah.
sometimes because she don't really pillow talk to me as much as more. She don't give me like
Y'all
information.
feel like all they got there.
No, she don't-
That's how
she-
y'all do.
No, she don't give me a lot of
That's
information.
that
You a
relationship.
group chat guy, boy. Shut up.
No, but
You know
because
everything
like,
that's going
because
on.
like okay,
And be ready to
like,
take it
just
down.
like the group chat or whatever.
Scoop
like she
daddy.
always try to akin that shit to that. But what I did is like, we're getting some information from her and then throwing it back in her face. Like, why I throw information back in her face? Like, it's her life. It makes her happy. She did it. Fine.
For those of you that don't know what Jamar is talking about,
In your window.
so Jamar and my best friend, or my sister, they're in a relationship, and they got into it. they got into it or whatever, and of
And
course,
the homosexual relationship.
you know, of course, this girl, this is my sister. This is my sister. You my brother, but that's my sister. So I want what's best for her. I want what's best for you too, but I want what's best for her first. You get what I'm saying? So of course I'm on her side. You know, I feel like, you know, this is what I need to do. Y'all need space, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Jamar, as my brother, he didn't appreciate that. And he ended up throwing something in my face that I had done. And it was something, it was something that I felt like was private enough that he shouldn't even have known. Even though he is my brother, that was my business that I shared to you as my sister. You had no business telling him that. You get what I'm saying? Especially for him, it would have been different if he knew it and it didn't come out later, but this was something that he had no business knowing. And then I felt like, as my sister, you gave him the ammo to hurt me. And you shouldn't have done that, knowing that I have always been here for you. The things I have done for you, like you gave your man information that he could throw in my face.
But I feel like that's not really ammo though.
Yeah,
everybody talk.
Yeah.
It's not really ammo because like when I look
because
at
if you had a man, you would tell your man about your day, about your life, about stuff that's going on with you.
Is like I use
he made
ammo.
it ammo.
Yeah, he made it ammo.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Because it's not because like I say on that
Like that other shit that was going on.
Yeah.
In the
What it really and what it really came down to, and then of course I was pissed about that. You know, I'm like, you know what the hell? Like, come on now, I'm pissed about that. That go that one. Now he pissed because this my brother. Like, you know, this my brother. I don't give
That's how they used to do
yeah,
me.
like, you know, this my brother. I don't care what he done said about you. I don't care what kind of friendship we had. This my brother. I don't care what you got going on. So then we fell out.
Yeah.
And there, I was so mad. I was so mad at Chantal. But I never felt like I could never talk to this girl again. Like, you know, nothing in me. What are you doing?
I just played a bit. Yeah. You're like, you gotta go jump me. Be honest.
But you know, nothing in me said, you know, I ain't gonna never talk to this girl again. How could she? You know, I felt like it was something like we could get over. And she was genuinely hurt. Like she was genuinely hurt by that. Like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. Like, you know, I didn't think he was going to do that or whatever. But again, like I was about to say, it all boiled down to that was none of our fucking business.
Yeah, that wasn't none of his business to do that, though.
No. The situation wasn't our business to be involved from the get-go. You get what I'm saying? Because how did I even get to the point where, like, you know, because you wouldn't even had to say that to me had I minded my business. You know what I'm saying? Had I been like, you know what? This ain't my business. You know, Chantal don't tell me nothing else. You wouldn't even had to say, well, Jessica, why you?
Talk,
yeah, of course.
Just like people in relationships gonna talk.
Like,
but like,
if
somebody give you your business, they won't.
Yeah.
So
but
now they made it your business, kind of.
You know, but I just felt like, you know what, that really wasn't my business. Like, you know, I should have had stayed out of it or whatever. And that's how, like, me and you ended up. You know, because we was both on the outside or whatever.
It was smoke too, wasn't it?
You know, yeah. Like, you know, we was both on the outside. Like, and I still, like, because I had a group chat. I had a group chat with y'all. And I, like, when we was talking about this, I got in a group chat and I scrolled up and I was like, damn, like, it's been a few years, but that was the same thread.
Yeah.
It was the same thread because Jared was texting. Like, they was calling me. They was calling me on three-way and so they wanted to talk about it. And then they text me in a little in the twin chat, like, oh, don't hang up the phone. Don't hang up the phone. Pick up the phone. You want to talk? Pick up the phone.
Man.
Yes.
Harassing.
And that was in our little group chat. That was in our little group chat. And I was like, dang, like, or whatever. But so that was like the first time, like the other day was the first time that I had really scrolled up and saw, like,
but that's
dang,
what I'm
like,
saying,
he was
like,
really going hard on me. And Gerald, we did not get back cool.
Until today.
Yeah,
until right now.
Until like last year. Like, Gerald just added me back on social media. Gerald just added me back on social media, like, in the past month or so. So it's been what, like, that's been like 3 years. That is, yeah.
No, but I mean, you could have been back my friend.
long.
You just ain't been my friend.
I tried to add you on
but
social
you ain't had to delete
Oh, so
me,
she
though.
be holding grudge. She don't even want the family back in. She don't even want the family back
The
in.
only reason why I ever unfollowed my cousin because I know anything else I was gonna post, she was gonna have something to say, and she wanted to say it. So I just like, okay, let me cancel that out because that's fine. So let me go ahead.
But then when she tried to spin the block and come back home, she was like, "Ain't no home. We ain't family. We are no longer
I saw
family."
Jeremy on Facebook, and I was
You
like,
cut that
he
bridge
got
is
Facebook.
broken.
You trying to add me?
Yeah, but he tried to add
But,
He tried to add her.
I was like, Jeremy got Facebook, but it's all good, Jeremy. I'm gonna get you on it. It's all
Damn. So you be holding grudges.
But I don't though.
Why you ain't let him back in?
I don't. Cause why you did that in the first place?
You gotta show him a little grudge.
Cause why had to come to that? You right. But Jared was the same way. Cause why had to come to that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could have sent you a request, but why had to come to that?
Yeah, he had to come.
But anyway.
I mean, we used to be friends with our baby mamas on social media.
It went to that.
He went to that.
But when it came to that whole situation, we as friends fell out, and guess who was together?
Yeah.
They was together.
Still happily.
They was together. And this girl done called me. She just so upset. I done hopped in my car at 8 o'clock at night, done drove from Columbia to Greenville to be with this girl because she crying about Jamar. I done drove from Columbia in the middle of the night, done spent the night with this girl, left early in the morning just for her to tell me at the end of the week,
Sweet,
we
tender,
good.
dick ass Jamar.
I say,
Look, we good. We good now. All right, girl, whatever. Now they back good, and now they done lost my friends because we ain't cool. Then here we go again. We going through it again. All right, girl, I'm coming to you, girl. I'm coming. Then got down there again, and we good. I'm trying to surprise her for her birthday. God damn, this nigga laying up in the house with her, and I'm like, hold up, now I thought y'all was broke up.
Listen to this. This is what happened was.
You gotta stay out of relationships.
No. What happened was nobody was gonna spend her 30th birthday with her because it was COVID time. But like, it's no way I'm gonna allow that to happen because you were trying to surprise her. But like, you can't live off surprises. Who gonna allow their girl, the person they love, to spend her 30th?
That was your girl. Y'all was broken.
That was her 30th though. You know.
Yeah, it was broken.
On intermission because she was giving out ultimatents and stuff.
Intermission. Oh, okay.
Because I don't know what's wrong with women, man.
You know what's wrong.
But but I mean, like I said, so since then it's just kind of been like, I'm gonna just mind my business. I'm gonna just say I feel like, and now like the conversations now are like, y'all need to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. I understand you want my input or whatever, but I'm not in a relationship. You are. Y'all need to talk about it.
Yeah, because you can't give
So
a
that's just
relationship.
like,
gonna be totally different.
Yeah, you got single advice.
And like,
street advice. She got street advice.
But I still feel like
I'm gonna listen to you every time. But baby, if you ain't going nowhere, I don't want to hear you.
But I feel like at the end of the day, you still can't blame a motherfucker that give you their advice. You went to them for that. That go back to the whole thing, like with the social media. Like if I put my business on Facebook, I can't be mad at people. So like I can't be mad if I go to a single person to get advice and they give me single person advice and I'm mad because I done reacted on it. It's like, no, because some people might just go to talk to somebody so they can get it out. They ain't really asking for no advice.
Yeah, they just want to get it out.
Get off their chest. I'm not gonna be mad at you if you tell me some advice like, man, you need to leave Sean, and then I go leave Sean, and then it's like, you damn dumbass, and you're like, what? No, I wasn't listening to you.
I'm gonna do what I got to do to make myself happy.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and that's really like all it boils down to. Like, we want each other to be happy. Like, we want what's best. Yes, genuinely, we want what's best for you. If doing this is gonna make you happy, then by all means, do whatever you need to do. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna support you. I could have told her yesterday.
What?
Leave that nigga alone, this and that. She tell me next week y'all getting married, I'm at the wedding.
Exactly, but I'm telling you, I was like, your relationship, that's like, I always like, I didn't even know kind of like the inner workings of y'all relationship back when I first started talking, because like, y'all wasn't, she was close to other people. I always thought because y'all relationship is like, y'all so close. Y'all tell each other everything, and I hated that I had to be someone to put that doubt in your mind of how much love she has for you because
Yeah,
she got
you
so
gay.
much.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
But she got so much love for you and stuff. It's like I said, she got a different relationship with Frankie or whatever.
Yeah,
But like, her relationship with you is like you like sis. Like she can't. It's no matter what. If y'all don't talk or whatever, it's like she always feeling for you. Always wondering what you got going on or whatever. Like is you good?
I met Chantal in 5th grade. I met her in 5th grade.
she
And
go
I
again,
remember like
Meeting people that went to school with us our whole life.
But it is
She
true. I
was the
know
same
that.
kindergarten we went to.
It's just
I know what she's talking about.
Certain
though,
stuff just certain stuff just stick out to you. You know that they just stick out to you. I remember meeting her in 5th grade.
When you met me.
And I don't remember. No, y'all used to stay behind my grandma. You remember Humphrey Street? Y'all used to stay behind my grandma.
Yeah.
And I still remember your phone number.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. You used to be y'all phone number.
Anyway.
Y'all had got our old phone number.
Yeah. Anyways,
522.
like me and Chantal, we didn't always been like, even though we didn't work together like everybody else did,
Beat
but
the
we
number
still
out. His number still the same.
we lived.
Well, he had to bleep the number because he got to find it. Cause he just said your number. Your parents' number still the same, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
So we gotta bleep that. And like,
but yeah, like we lived in the same place and everything. Y'all seen what I had said that we had stole her grandma's car and we went to Lexington.
no,
You ain't see? I put it on Facebook the other day.
I ain't see that.
Well, anyways, but yeah, we have just always
I already
been
knew
close.
that. I didn't know you put that on Facebook.
Yeah, but we just always been close. But that's just like that's my girl. Like, and like I put that story on Facebook because I wanted to let it be known. Like, I'm gonna be there for my friends. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what it takes. Like, we was 15, 16 years old. Yes, I'm gonna steal your grandma's car and I'm gonna drive with a permit to Lexington so you can get your man something for Valentine's Day.
Hey.
Yes, I'm gonna take you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
friends
yes, but that's my point. Like, I am that kind of person, and people do not know me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck
They
them folks.
know, like, hey, she this, that on Facebook, but you don't know me. Like, you don't know the things that I have done for people,
What you
how
will do
I've
for
been
people.
there. Yeah, but that's just, that's just.
I
one
was
of
saying
those
about that
things.
picture or whatever, like that picture you posted of me and Swagg or
That shit was
whatever.
hard. You look
Yeah.
moist as hell,
Boy,
boy.
I don't even know, boy.
I look fresh as hell, though. I was always been fresh when I had
guess
the
you say-
I don't know what
Hey, probably asphalt 27
Yeah.
or some
But it was fresh, though.
Yeah.
Your shit was champion. Your shit wasn't fresh,
He
though.
had chaps.
I mean, chaps. Yeah, your
Yeah,
shit
it
was
was
chaps, but it
chaps.
wasn't
Yeah,
fresh.
it wasn't hitting. That button up wasn't hitting.
That would
though.
have had it was a little loose. But why I said that though? Because I remember Jess told me this. I was second semester out of junior year. She's like, Jamar, this is our last 3 semesters of school. Like, and after that, we never gonna see each other no more.
right.
And it kind of came true. Like, cause we never really get
Yeah,
to see
that's
each
how
other
that
no
shit
more.
really be, though.
Yeah.
And like, it was that fast. Like, you already had that thought, like, damn, like we gotta really enjoy these moments.
It seemed like we see each other a lot, but
All that shit take is effort, though. Man.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
But it take everybody at the same time. It don't because like as soon as we graduate, okay, you went
Some
to college.
things out of your control, but not everything.
Yeah, everybody go their separate way because they got their own plan and their own life.
Yeah, but still,
right,
like
but
you
if
said,
you
it's
wanna link with
still,
people, that ain't
like, you got
nothing
12
to do.
months.
Yeah.
One of 4 or 5 weeks
One
in
of
each
them
one of
days
them
you
months.
ain't-
You could do
yeah,
something one of them
you know,
days, you know, like,
absolutely
really.
But yeah, I really felt like we have always tried though. We have always tried.
Yeah.
Because y'all remember y'all was at Costa. We came down there. You remember me,
yeah.
me,
You,
Chantal, and
Frankie,
Frankie.
Chantal,
we
yeah.
came down there and
Yep.
spent the weekend with y'all.
Yep, y'all definitely.
So
spent the weekend with us that weekend.
we tried. We had a good time too,
yeah,
didn't we?
fun time. I guess.
Yeah, we had a good time. But I like
That's
I
when it
said, I feel
started,
like,
ain't it? That's really like one of the
Yeah.
things when it like really
I
jumped it
don't,
all
I don't
off.
remember Chantal there.
Oh, okay.
She on the phone right now. She ain't really talking about it.
Anyways, we won't go into that, but
Right.
it was
Yeah.
there was some good times.
Now y'all want to go into everything else? Put
Right.
y'all shit out.
Look, that was some good times.
But I feel like we should, like, do something and include everybody, like,
Yeah.
because they should know that, like, it ain't no hard feelings.
Right.
It ain't it ain't that like we didn't want y'all here, but it's like we just, I guess the same way they felt, like how Nine said he didn't feel like I would come down there.
Yeah.
Because of what I got going on or how far I am just for that.
Yeah,
It's like,
but
nah,
like-
bro, you family. Like,
Yeah, I got
if
that much love for you.
right. But so I feel like that's what we should do. I guess reciprocate the same energy
And
that we want.
I love getting everybody together. I love getting everybody together. But like, in a setting like, okay, so last night, like I had my birthday dinner at Miyabi's. I couldn't invite 20 people to
Right.
Miyabi's. I just couldn't do that.
I got
could.
They
for that.
told me I had 10 people and I
wanted to
still
invite
had too
two.
many people. You get what I'm saying?
you got the
Like,
whole table.
I just could, you know.
They'll let you do that? Take up the whole
We
booth?
did. We did lesson.
Yeah, we got
Oh
that.
no, I really didn't know you could do that.
Yeah,
Because
we
when
did.
I called,
She knew that. She didn't want y'all
when
there.
I called, they said 10 people. They said 10 people, and I
we
still
got a
ended
whole-
up with more than that.
Yeah, we got
And then you know,
That's a blessing though.
when I had my
That's a blessing to have 10 people.
12 people.
Yeah, it is. And then when I had my brunch, like, and my mama had cooked and stuff, and she was real big on like, she was like, you need to like keep it as small as possible, because she was like, it's too much, you know, with COVID and stuff, and she was like, it's still rampant. She's like, maybe you shouldn't do it as big as like, you know. So I invited the people that I had talked to, and I even told Chantal that, because she even asked like, you know, oh, well, did you think about inviting this person? Well, no, because I had not talked to them. I hadn't talked to them, so it was like, well, you know, since COVID, let me pay more attention to the people I have talked to. You know, these are people that I talk to on the daily or whatever, and I know will come.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't about to reach out, send invitations to people that, they
know
don't
ain't
look at it,
coming.
and then they not coming. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
why I hate
that's
saying
kind of how
invitation.
For
that.
everybody too, man.
I
You
don't
never
never
know what
see-
people
You know.
got going on. Some people don't want to, you know, explain exactly what they got going on, but at the same time, they want to let you know that they, you know, if they
I
could have
think
made it, they want
yeah,
to know.
extend the invite.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Send everybody
And
in
that
with some
was,
time,
and like that, my whole thing, like with the brunch, it had a lot to do with COVID. And like my mama, she, like I said, she cooked or whatever, and she felt like, look, I don't even really want to cook, because, you know, I don't want to be around all y'all together like this. But she was like, you know, if you gonna be together, she was like, you know, you try to keep it small. And I think it was like 15 of us.
Then y'all get COVID after that
Like-
too. All y'all got COVID after.
Oh, no, I heard.
But
COVID.
yeah, we had a good time. But like I said, I really like getting everybody together, and I really feel like y'all are my true friends. Like, y'all are my friends. And like a lot of people feel like, oh, you know, it's these what do they say? Like, you know, like they just ain't cool with people like they grew up with or whatever.
Yeah.
And all that, but I really have like I meet new people and stuff like that, but I feel like y'all will always be my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, or like
Be
my
the same.
family, cause like I get in these moods or whatever, and something just be like itching at me, like I need to tell people like how I feel about them or whatever. Like I had text Tay out the blue, and I was like, Tay, you know, I just want to appreciate, you know, having you in my life. Like, you really are like the brother like I never had, because I have an older brother. And a lot of people don't know I even have an older brother, but he's mentally ill or whatever. So like, we don't have a relationship because he's sick.
Yeah.
And my younger brother, he 8 years younger than
Too
me, so we
young.
don't have like, you know, we can't talk about the same things like I can talk to Tay about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I told him, I was like, you are the brother that I never had.
Yeah.
And it was like, I always wanted like that brother relationship, but I lost that relationship with my older brother years ago. Like, I was so young when he started going through the things that he was going through. Like, I was probably 16 or so. So like, I lost that relationship very young, so I didn't have that. And then I had that with Tay.
With Swagg.
You know, and
Your
like, you
girlfriend.
know,
Your sis.
shut up.
Your sis.
Like, you know,
Sis.
I
Bro,
had that.
I'm a
I
boy.
had
She
that
said
with
that,
Tay.
brother.
And like, I have a box even still, and I won't let my mama throw them away. I have a box with just letters that I have from Tay.
Yeah, we used to write back and
Just
forth.
from Tay. Just from Tay. And we
We
was
used
just
to fold them up all kind of crazy ways and shit.
So that one of the letters
Yeah.
Swagg stole. That
Yeah.
Chantal has on?
Being a writer is gay? Damn, that boy said I'm gay for writing. That's why my bars was always better than y'all.
Did you steal a letter, Swagg?
Yeah, we did steal a letter
Chantal was in that letter,
from
wasn't she?
Chantal and them, wasn't it?
Said
They
she
had
was,
some little...
she was dreaming about me or something.
Oh, hey, don't get it. Don't
And
get
then somebody was Tony the Tiger. Great.
Another ball head person, wasn't it?
Yep. Another
But,
ball person.
But yeah, like we just, you know, I just feel like we really just share a lot. Like I said, that's my brother. Like,
Yeah.
y'all my, you know, y'all my
Yeah.
family. Y'all my
I know
family.
exactly what you mean when you say that, because that's why I said about all like the invitees to the weddings and the ceremonies or whatever. I feel like it got to be extended to everyone in that circle.
And it's more than like, oh, these are my classmates.
That's
You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's more
We
than
got a
that.
lot of
Like,
classmates,
these are really like, you know, these are my friends. Like, I was Cause I didn't see Corona or whatever, and I was like, dang, you know, I'm so used to seeing him or whatever, and I don't know what happened, and it don't matter, cause that's still like, you know, that's
Family,
still my
boy.
brother. Yeah, that's still my brother. Like, who cares or whatever? That's still my brother, and like that also goes back to we are all so different. I grew up completely different than y'all did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, completely different, and. You know, people say like, oh, you know, just she thinks she better than this and that or whatever.
What you mean? What you mean?
I was just
Elaborate a little
about
bit when
that.
you say you grew up completely different.
like
Because people
I
don't
don't
know
know.
you.
I don't know if you anybody know that. Well, y'all do, but my whole mama side of the family, they're Jehovah's Witness. All of them are. So as kids,
Jehovah.
you know, as kids, like my mama, she like, look, this is what you're gonna do because you're in my house. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to these meetings. You're gonna go. So things were different. Like I couldn't.
That's what you're not gonna do.
Go to like it was going to these parties and stuff like that. And so I never went to like a Mr. Mean party. Like I never did that.
Legion Hunt party.
Mr. Mean.
I had never been to a Legion Hunt party.
Scrub the
None of that.
ground.
Screw
None of
up.
that. And that's why it was so bad in because I'm sneaking in a man's window,
Yeah,
and
sneaking
you know,
in a
and
man's
my
window.
you know, and my mom is trying to be a Christian, and you know what I'm saying. So, you know, so things were different, and we didn't have we didn't have a whole bunch of money. Like we weren't rich, but I still wouldn't eat no burger on no white bread.
Right. I will
it's
to this
just,
day.
You know, like stuff was different. You know, stuff was different, but it was
I
just.
will. I don't like to, but I will.
But
I'm a real
I just appreciated forming those relationships with y'all or whatever, because that's like I posted that picture. My mama sent me that picture, and like I said, like I just appreciated having to have maintained those relationships because we 33. We 33.
What was you
Nah,
looking?
ain't
What
no
was you
we in
looking
it.
at in the picture? though?
Y'all.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
So it was like 14, 15. So then it was 19 years ago.
That's
yeah, that's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
That's
Like
a
we 15
long
years
time.
removed from our graduation day.
Almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
Me and Frankie
crazy.
was talking about that last night when we was bowling, talking about like the prom.
Yeah.
And she was talking about like how like it was funny because she like you had the cane, you had the hat, them little bitty ass dreads, and I'm like that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
crazy to sit there and have
You
that
still got the
conversation.
same
Yeah.
little short dread.
Right.
crazy.
Almost 20 years ago. Like, just think about it. That's a
Okay.
long time.
Yeah, like that's how like people look at it as old now. You know, like
They saying sir to us and
Yeah,
stuff.
like yes
We
sir.
aunties.
I know, uncles and aunties.
But you was talking about your mama. But I just want to say, hopefully this episode I talk a little more clearly because, like that episode with Jessica and stuff, Miss Bar. She said I was a little mush mouth over here, man. You
Both
know,
of y'all always
your,
been like that.
your boy tried to slow it down a little bit. Give me 2 for a second, Jeremy. How you doing, Miss Darling? I just want to say, I'm trying to speak a little clearly just for you. I hope it worked today with Jessica. I know you're gonna watch this one. But hey, go ahead.
You so silly.
I knew you might say it. You can't.
Y'all ready to get to
everybody.
a couple thoughts, a question from the couple thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, I got one question for Jessica. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I wasn't finna say nothing.
No, it's just so from 16 to 9. Like I say, we had all these things going on when we were 16. Would you change anything on your journey to this point?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of what I've been through has really like shaped who I am, and has shaped who I am and helped me build and get where I needed to be.
Yeah. So like,
And you take the losses along the way.
so with
you
your
know,
your career,
then,
you still invested in doing that career.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I say, you grew up seeing your mom do the same thing. So
Yeah.
like, you just ingrained, you
Yep,
just like that.
yep. And she's
take it
still
to
in, she's still in the game. Like she was a manager at Bilo. I worked at Bilo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a manager at Bilo. I worked at Bilo. She got that job. And I was like, maybe I can get into that or whatever. So I was really like following in her footsteps. And she got that job. She got that job in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still living there. She's still working for the same company and everything.
Yeah.
So that's like our
God bless
family
her.
house.
Yeah.
That's
we
we all grew up in the house, and like my sister and brother, they was 2 years old when we moved there. So that was like their family house.
Yes.
Like, and I always wanted it, so it was nice to have to grow up.
Positive role
obviously
model.
she your role model then.
Right, that's why I said a positive role model influence, showing you like you can do other stuff other than
Juice just
Right.
want to make a camera.
Right, he love the camera.
Made one, man.
Right. But and that's that's another thing too, like about like your parents. A lot of people are like working on mental health now, and they're working on like healing and dealing with, you know, childhood traumas and stuff like that. At the end of the day, your parents did what they needed to do with what they had at the time.
Amen.
And you know, you older now. Well, what can you do? Go back and tell them, you know, when you did this, you hurt me, whatever. Okay, and yeah, they say, you know what? Maybe I did hurt you, but what you want them to do?
Get over it,
You can't do
motherfucker.
that.
Yeah. Well, what you want them to
Sorry.
do? You
That's the
can't go back. You cannot go back, and all you can do is forgive them and move on.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10 they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know, and then you know, and it's unfortunate because people spend so much time being mad at their parents over stuff that happened back in the day, and now look, we got somebody in the room who does not have their mom,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Two
who didn't really have their dad in their life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Jeremy too. You know what I'm saying?
No saying
Mom and, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mom and dad. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't have their parents, and you know you sit here mad over stuff
People like
that,
to try to find a reason to be mad about anything, though.
Yeah, and you know, and social media has really kind of like pushed that. Yeah, because then it's like, okay, yeah, you mad, you know, you dealing with childhood traumas. Okay, now it's your turn.
Everybody dealing with childhood trauma.
It's your turn. You're an adult, so do what you need to do to get over it. Yeah. Do what you need to do to work through it, because your parents can't do it.
I know, that's right.
They
still
can't
live
do
their
it.
life.
They did whatever they needed to do. They grown, you know, or you grown now. What you want them to do?
Especially if you got kids. If you got children.
Yeah. What
People
you
don't
want
want
to
to
do?
grow up. That be the sad part about it. They don't want to take no accountability.
Right. Take accountability for the part or any part if you did what, you know, you played in certain situations or whatever. Because it's like my mom and them, like and even like my daddy, like I spent so many years like mad at my daddy. Like I was so mad at my daddy because there were times that I felt like he didn't treat my mama that. He didn't treat my mom how I felt like he should have treated her. And I felt for years, like my mama, she deserves better than this. She deserves better than this. But you know what? At the end of the day, that was her husband.
Yeah,
that's
who
her
she
husband.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
her part.
Yeah, that was her husband. And although that was my daddy, that was her husband. She didn't want to get away from her husband.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's her husband. And like now, yeah. And I mean, like, and now, like, now that I have cash, I'm grateful that they decided to work it out, or they decided to keep going, because now my child has his
Another positive role.
Mama and granddaddy.
He got his granddaddy, he got his grandma, and they're together.
Yeah, that's a blessing right there.
He's able to live in a 2-parent household with 2 people that love him,
Yes.
and he's surrounded by love because
And they
of
love
them.
each other.
Yes.
You know,
He can see they love with each other.
Exactly. Like I post pictures of them all the time. They always taking pictures and stuff like that. They have that. I don't have that with his dad. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful, and you know, and a lot of times I think about. Huh? Shut up.
People don't know,
But,
man.
You know, a lot of times I think about, like, you know, I spent so many years being mad at my daddy, but you know, they was working through whatever they worked through. They did whatever they had to do.
That's just been you. You always just minding business that ain't got nothing to do with you, man. You mad at
Always
they
in
business,
somebody's business.
Ain't it?
Even as a jit, you worried about your daddy business.
That's just a question you always ask people with. But he usually asks people, like, in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
In 5 years, well, I do enjoy the work that I do now. As you know, like, I'm still in property management.
You doing OnlyFans still?
Huh?
You doing OnlyFans still? Or you transition to something else?
Shut up. Okay. But I do still see myself in property management. I've always actually wanted to do high-rise apartments, like the downtown apartments. I really want to do
being the property manager there?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do those. Those are more centered on hospitality. Yeah. So they're more like hotels. They're run like hotels. Yeah, so you got to kind of have like a different kind of vibe. You know, I don't know if I'm there yet.
Yeah. I think you'll be cool in that environment, though.
But
she'll have to adapt, though.
Yeah, I have to.
She glitz and glamour. They glitz and glamour,
a little bit. But that's one of my goals. That's really one of my goals, and you know, we'll see what happens. Cause I don't know. I might not stay.
More kids, married.
I'm open. I'm open to more kids, but it's gonna take
the right man.
Yeah.
You gotta put a ring on
open
it.
to more kids, but I'm a person like I don't like to sit. I don't like to sit too long. Cause now like I don't like to sit. So I don't know if I'll still be in Charlotte. I don't know if I'm coming back to Columbia. I don't know if I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because I don't like to
everybody
sit.
win.
Come to the A, man. Get you a Skyrise in the A that you managed.
It's nice to
That's
go
a
with the family,
possibility.
though.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice.
It is.
I love when I get down here because, like I say, you just feel the vibe of family. Feel closer to.
And it's a nice central location too for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
but
who else you want to see on the podcast? Who you want to talk to, have a conversation with?
I really feel like y'all should get Dappy and Kiki on the podcast.
Yeah. Talking about together or separate?
Together.
Oh, okay. That'd be dope right there. Dappy need to come on and talk about like his clothing, rapping, all that.
I started to wear it again today, but I know y'all was mad the last time I wore it.
Boy, stop playing.
100% support for Dappy. Dappy got some wild KFC stories, boy.
Man.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was like, I feel like
you took Dappy on a mission.
You know,
you took Dappy on a mission one night.
Shut up.
We ain't gonna mention nothing else but Swagg and Dappy. You know what I'm talking about.
I feel like they should, because they kind of have the same stories that we have, but they're just a little you know. Yeah, they have the same stories. You know what I'm saying? They knew Ty and everything. They have those same stories. So it'll be nice to hear their insight. Yeah, it'd be nice to hear their insight on things.
We're gonna make it happen one day. Like I said, whenever Dappy and them ready to come, we ready to have a conversation. Get your socials or whatever so we can get out of here.
You can find me at Jessica Danielle Gantz on Facebook. I stay on Facebook. I know y'all think Facebook is for old people, but I love Facebook.
You said you're an auntie.
I stay on Facebook,
Auntie
so y'all
Jess.
can add me on Facebook.
With the mess.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't really do Instagram and Twitter no more. But I'm Easy Breezy Beauty on Instagram, Twitter, and
Snapchat.
You do Snapchat
and TikTok.
You don't be on Snapchat a lot, do you?
I'm a Facebook
You do
girl.
TikTok, ain't it? A little bit.
Yeah, every now
She
and then.
popping on TikTok.
Tell
Yeah,
who you
every
seen
now
us the other day. Shout him out, our classmate.
Who?
You said maybe you was like your joke.
Oh, y'all. I saw Lenny New on TikTok. I saw Lenny New. Do you remember Lenny?
Yeah, I remember Lenny. He
Yeah,
ran
I
for
saw
shit.
Lenny
Yeah.
New. Yes, and he was so dope.
Me and Lenny was
like-
cool though, but like, cause like I think as a family motherfucker, I think we was cool with everybody. I be trying to damn be.
Yes.
But I remember Lenny. Me and Lenny used to be real. I ain't gonna say
Man,
real cool,
look.
but cool when we had classes together.
We was cool, and that's like Justin Rogers, Lennon.
Them boys wanted to be down though. They was DWB.
We was cool. We was cool. Like we used to talk on the phone and everything. Like we was really cool. I was cool with Jeremy Dorman, Brandon Templeton. We were cool. Like
Brandon Templeton had a head on him.
we
Boy. That
talked on the
motherfucker
phone
had
and
a head.
He was the head of the class.
He had a
and like
cage.
and now it's nice to see them like because they all got families.
Yeah,
you know they got families and kids. Like Perry Barnes, I love seeing Perry and his family. They got
Who
the
his
little
family
kids
is?
and they be having the little
3?
dog.
You got 3 kids?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he got 3 kids, but it be Perry, his wife,
Perry
the
on the
kids,
podcast. You remember Perry
and
Ross?
the little,
God.
and the little dog, and they always have family pictures and stuff like that. I love seeing it. I love seeing their pictures and stuff.
Yeah, the family dog.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice seeing our
nice.
I always go to
classmates.
people's page because I had sent you a picture of these 2 people. I was like, I ain't know they was together because you know you're going to a wormhole on Facebook because you start seeing information of people that's together now that we went to school
Yeah.
with. Like, I ain't even know they was together.
You sent it to the big boy? I
No
mean,
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked
So just like
somebody
the other
about.
group
I always want to know like where our classmates are, especially like our white classmates, because that was one thing. Like race, it comes up now. It comes up now, but I don't feel like it really came up back then. That was I just don't. That was never a factor. Like when my mama asked me about my friends and stuff like that, she never was like they white or black. You know what I'm saying? It
In
was
her head, she thought that,
never like that.
If you'd have
It
brought
was
home a bunch
never
of
like
white
that.
girls, she'd have been like,
It's something wrong.
Because I
It's
remember,
wrong. It's something wrong with my daughter.
because I was in band. And I remember like we had this thing in Aiken and I rode with Lauren Rogers and her family. Like, and it was nice, but
You know, Roger had the red hair.
hair.
Yeah,
The sexy
But as you
red.
get older, you kind of realize like
You know, ain't it?
especially people that you
You
thought
know what I'm
that you
saying?
was
Back in the
like,
day in high school, I don't know what the fuck she looked like now.
Who?
She probably ain't even red no more.
Lauren Rogers.
I think I follow her on Instagram, but I don't really know. I think her kids have red hair.
I like redhead
My God.
white girls. Know what I'm saying? Just to look at them.
It's Black History, man.
I know. Anyway.
That's what I'm liking right there. You feel that? I like to look at them.
But you can follow me at YTwin because on Twitter, Instagram, _guy on the snap. You know how Sunny means Swahili? Do you know what Sunny means?
No, I don't.
It means I'm handsome. I'm that guy.
Oh,
Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh.
You don't believe it?
And fine ass twin, that's fine ass twin.
I am so swag on everything.
So
If
good.
anybody want to know, because he just skipped over me.
Hey.
Totally.
But you know, TikTok is how swag, man. I'm trying to get a little bit more on TikTok. I know it's a young man sport, but TikTok is some of the funniest shit
Yeah.
ever.
You
I
like
love
a
TikTok.
TikTok.
It is.
I know I look like everything. I look like that guy, him Jones.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Jerry, you get yours.
Twitter at @DJeremyGant and Snap and IG Jeremy.Gant.
And you can follow me on IG and Twitter at TheMoneyQB, Snapchat, Fine Ass Twin for Navy Black Podcast.
Don't end it yet. I got one more thing to say.
Follow us at Navy Black Pod on IG and Twitter. For Facebook, go to Navy Black, add your boys to YouTube, type in Navy Black Podcast. Like and subscribe to the videos, man. We trying to get to 1,000.
Gotta get to it as fast as possible. I want to
Can y'all help us?
before we go.
We got the fire merch too.
Y'all listen. You been a homecoming queen. You didn't win.
I didn't.
Damn, just almost won homecoming queen, but
I didn't.
Shout out to Candace, man.
Shout
What
out to
Candace
our
said?
homecoming
she had,
queen,
she had
Candace.
all the posters, had all the everything, and
Remember, I had the chip bags,
Why you
the
want-
candy.
Yeah, you did go all
I
out.
was so
I voted for you.
I definitely voted for you.
I
You
definitely
did.
voted for
I
you.
was so lit, y'all. I was so lit. I don't know what happened. I was robbed.
Shout out to
She was
Candace.
right.
She won though.
Shout out to Candace.
Tell
Right.
Candace to come to the next function, man.
You know, I don't remember. No, I was trying to see when the last time I saw her. It ain't been that long.
I saw
since
her
seen
around like November at the skate ring.
Man, we need all them there, man. Tanita, Tyree. I seen Tyree last night. I stopped by
Yeah,
the
'cause,
gas station to get some
hey.
munchies.
Yep.
He said, "What's up, Tay?" I said, "What's up, Tyree?" Yo,
Every time I see Tyree, he dropping it on the damn Snapchat.
no, I ain't see all that. That's what you looking for.
That's what you're looking for.
Because I didn't see
Stand out
none of
there.
that.
Hey, I wasn't
Yeah,
looking.
because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
didn't
Navy
know
Black
that.
Podcast. We'll see y'all there. We big love watch Tyree twerk.
Yeah.
Eyes, me tell you.
Drop it low on him. Drop it low on him.